Mic check, mic check, 1 2, mic check, 1 2, mic check, 1 2, mic check, 1 2. Welcome back to the Random Show with your host, Agostino Zinga. What's crack-a-lacking? What's going on, people? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Wagwan for the wagwan, wagwan for the wagwan, wagwan for the wagwan. Holler at your boy. Can you see me? Can you hear me? What's crack-a-lacking, people in the stream chat? Apologies for the tardiness. I got back from the gym, had a shower, had a shit, but I'm here now. Bathed, asshole cleaned, moisturized, and fed. Okay, big up. But apologies for the delay. But we're here. We are here. Big up everybody tuning in. Appreciate you. So, what's going on? Big up everybody. I see you. Kevin Connell, what's going on? What's going on, Brendan? What's going on, Mr. Stu, your girl? What's going on, DL? Oh no, LB, sorry, DL. What's going on, Jacob? What's going on, Jacob Vega? What's good, Daniel Clement? What's good? Frizzle, Apex Putter, what's good? Young Old Vibes, what's good? Robert Minnis, what's good, brother? Long time, wagwan. Who's here? Brendan, I see you. Chris Mack, I see you. Uche, I see you. What's going on, girl? What's good, girl? Mr. Bob, what's good, G? Jack Donahue Jr., my jigger, what's good? Silver Wrench, what's good? Big up, MK, I see you in the chat. Big up Mech, big up Game Red Footballer that was here earlier. Mr. O also, RV Sanchez, MC, what's good, MC? Long time. Big up everybody tuning in, I appreciate all of you. I appreciate Addy Z, My Nuts, Two Swords, what's good, Two Swords? Joe for MIA, what's good? What's happening, people? What's happening? Thank you for joining in. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys. So, quickly, you know what? Quickly do this before I talk to you. Bear with me 2 secondos. While I quickly do this, because I should have done this earlier, but I'm a bit slow. But here we are anyway, okay? Can I select stuff? Yeah, I can select stuff. I can select stuff like that. Mark that and mark that. Alright. Boom. Bear with me 1 second. Boom. Okay, cool. Let's add this. So let's see if this works. Big up in the stream chat. Appreciate all of you. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being here right now. Always a pleasure, never a freaking chore. Wagwan for the wagwan. So, first things first, I'm going to do a bit more of a deep dive on it, obviously, when I do Taz later on today. So today's show won't be super long, probably be like a couple of hours, 3 hours tops. Then I'm going to jump on and do a Taz. But while we're here, I thought I might update you, my foes, on my little experience, my little visit, my little trip over to Amsterdam this weekend. As you guys know, I went to go see one of my favorite DJs, Dixon, play at this club called Lo-Fi. I'm sure some of you guys know who Dixon is, but if you don't, Dixon's one of the best DJs in the world for me anyway. He was voted, I think at one point he was 3 times best DJ voted by Resident Advisor, which was back in the day one of the best DJ polls, because Resident Advisor only allowed people who went to events to vote on the poll. So it's a public poll, which I think is way more meaningful than something coming from the industry. And Dixon was voted, I think, #1 DJ 3 times in a row. Then they stopped doing the poll because it got political and labels started getting involved and started getting pissed off that their artists were being ranked lower and it was harming their ability to make money. And then I think somebody complained about their mental health being hurt or disrupted because of the poll. So they scrapped it anyway. But needless to say, Dixon's amazing. He plays like what I describe to be like deep house, melodic house music in general. He's a Berlin-based DJ. Came up from that Berlin scene of playing like all night long. That's the kind of tradition and how they play over there in Berlin, because a lot of their clubs are open from like, you know, let's say 11 all the way until like 7 a.m. in the morning, 8 a.m. in the morning. So a lot of DJs there are practiced and well versed in how to like build a setup from like the late evenings all the way to the mornings, and he does it really well, expertly done. He's got his own label called Innovisions, and they release a bunch of music, got a bunch of artists. Anyway, long story less long, he's really popular in Europe. I didn't know how popular he actually was. I'm not gonna lie, until I went to Amsterdam, because I've only seen him here and in Barcelona. But Amsterdam, that's like a smaller scene, but it's also very dedicated. And there was a bunch of people there, less foreigners, mostly people who live there who are actually Dutch, who are absolutely in love with Dick. So that's pretty good to go there. First things first, my fucking passport. Whatever reason, I'm normally really good with my passport. I don't put in any compromising positions, but already the chip doesn't work. Already the chip is faulty, so I'm not too sure if it's a pass. I'm not too sure if it's something I did, which I don't think is the case, because I always keep my passport in like a separate bag. I never put it in my pockets. I never put it in my jacket pockets. I always keep it like in this little. I got a little binder sort of thing that I put all my documents and shit inside when I travel. So I always put that in there. I've never ever put it anywhere else. But for whatever reason, my passport scanner thing, it wasn't scanning on the machine. So I'm not too sure if the chip is broken or if it's just a faulty machine. Who knows? But that was a bit of a ball ache, because you're going through the gates and you want to, scan your face and shit. But then you have to go to the stand and, whatever. It's all well and good. It all got sorted in the end. But it was nice to go to an airport and not feel like, I was going to get turned away. So that was actually quite decent. And then Amsterdam was beautiful. Thanks everybody for the recommendations for the weed and shit. I just ended up going to like a random coffee shop, and they had a selection of like €5 pre-rolls. And then they had one particular one that I got, which I think was like a sativa. No, was it a sativa? Yeah, it was a sativa. I got some sort of sativa, but it was €10 for the one joint. But pretty decent, I'm not gonna lie. So I really did enjoy that, and that was really good for the night. I'm not gonna lie. I had a couple of drinks. I had a couple of what drinks about? Oh yeah, I went to. They don't really have bodegas in Amsterdam. Not just sure if I was in the wrong place, but I didn't see bodegas. All I saw was like wine stores, which is interesting, because we have off licenses here. You in America have bodegas, but I don't think they had them in Amsterdam. They had like a wine shop, usually really small, and they sell, liquor, wine, and beer and shit. So I bought some cans of beer there, but they did sell, which was pretty good in there, which was really handy. They did sell those little miniature liquor bottles. So I bought myself a Jägermeister one and a Jameson one, a couple of beers. I had a couple of beers in the club, and that was basically, I was powering through with the joint. It was fucking great. I need to do that more often. I took like 3 to 4 puffs every 2 hours or something. Not gonna lie. And I had quite a bit left at the end of the trip, and then I just smoked it before I got on a plane and slept like a baby. I'm not gonna lie. I was so tired it didn't keep me up. So I think the joint was really good idea to do that instead of doing anything else. And yeah, man, pretty brutal. It was a pretty brutal trip. I'm not gonna lie. My feet are still killing me now. I just came out from the gym, and my whole body is aching, but mostly my feet, the soles of my feet, because I basically, me and my friend, we basically counted. We were up for like 30 hours. We were up for like 30 hours, like solid. So I met him at what? I met him. I don't know what time we meet each other. Maybe like 12:30 or something, and then we got to the airport in time to get our flight. And then we left the flight. I think I don't know. We think we landed in Amsterdam about 5 p.m. The flight was pretty quick though. That was handy. And then when we got to Amsterdam at like 6, we walked out onto the station. We just walked around. We got some food. Obviously, I linked up with the person to buy the flipping joints from. No, not the person. Sorry, I went to the coffee shop to buy the joints from. And then obviously my friend went to go buy some multivitamins. We went to go link somebody up for that. And then we headed over to the club, and that was pretty cool. On the way to the club, actually, last thing about Amsterdam, there was this amazing weed shop. Like, the weed shops there are fucking insane. So you see some that are just like internet cafes. They're really run down and ghetto looking. But then there's some that look like jewelry stores. Legit. There's some that look like jewelry stores. Like, absolutely crazy. There was one on the way to the club that looked like something that you see in Dubai. It was like all glass. They had these amazing cabinets with like different weeds in display. All the people behind the desk were wearing like white lab coats type of things. They had like a security guard at the front with a red ribbon with a rope, sorry, so he can come through. Bloody insane. They take their weed very seriously over there. And but the funny thing is, when I went to the weed store, I asked them, "Oh, what's the rules?" And they looked at me like I was a fucking alien. So there are no rules. The only rule is, well, somebody told me there, was that you can't smoke around the red light district, which I didn't manage to go to. I'm so fucking pissed. I really wanted to see the red light district just to see it, you know, just to see how seedy it is. Because a lot of people say when you go there, you feel really depressed. So I waited to see how depressing it actually was to see these women dancing in the windows, but I didn't get a chance to see it. But yeah, man, decent little city. I'll definitely recommend it if you haven't been before. It's really beautiful. It's way more beautiful than Berlin, I have to be fair and honest about that. And yeah, definitely easily walkable and shit. You know the vibes, all that malarkey. Let me quickly show you some pictures of my experience so you can see what I want. So this is some of my experience pictures here, as you can see there from the screen. This is a BAP that we got. It's a tradition. I forgot the name of the place, but there's this place in Amsterdam that sells cured meats and what do they call them again? Cured meats and croquettes. There's like a Dutch version of a croquette they make, and they slice a croquette in half and they put it on either side of the bun, and then you're meant to top it with mustard. And they sell one of these things as well, which is, I think the one I had was a salt beef one, and they have a roast beef one also, and other types of shit in there. And also they do sandwiches, so that's what they do. Big up my nuts. Any chicken sandwiches? Go fuck yourself. Big up my nuts. Go and fuck yourself. Any chicken sandwiches? You guys are dickhead. Anyway, so I had this, right? Absolutely incredible. Loved every bit of it. And also had 2 croquette ones, which I didn't take a picture of because I absolutely swallowed them in one bite because I was so hungry. So that was pretty decent. This is a view of the canal. So a very romantic, I think, location. Obviously, when we got there, it was super dark, so we couldn't see jack shit. But along the canal, it's really well lit. The houses along the canal, oh my god. Talk about prime real estate. The houses along the canal in Amsterdam are so beautiful. And for some reason, people in Europe are really weird compared to London people. They don't have curtains. Everybody in the UK has curtains. You don't ever see it inside of their home. But in the lovely areas, they really don't have curtains, so you can see directly into their homes, which is nice for me, being the voyeur that I am. And wow, high ceilings, beams, amazing artwork on the wall, amazing fucking sculptures on the table. One guy, as we were walking by, he was smoking outside of his fucking Doberman, standing next to him, and he was like, "Oh, do you want to come in?" He invited us to come in to go check his house. But I was like, "Oh, you know what? We're in a rush to go." I kind of wish I would have said yes to kind of just peek around and see what his house was saying. But it's fucking gorgeous, the houses along the canal. Wow, 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 wow. Again, I recommend if you're looking for a vacation to take a significant other, I'll definitely I might even recommend going to Amsterdam instead of going to Paris. I think Amsterdam is way more picturesque and romantic than Paris. And it's smaller too. So you can get away with kind of like walking around, cycling, all that malarkey. Fucking love it. Random street art picture for the fucking lols of it. All the streets kind of reminded me of Carnaby Street, I'm not going to lie. If you've been to Carnaby Street in London, you know what I'm talking about. Very much Carnaby Street vibes. This is the joint that I got. Some of it's already been smoked, so they sold the pre-joints in those kind of cone-shaped things. Zero tobacco in it, so it's 100% weed in it. And it honestly, it blew my head off. It blew my head off. I'm not going to lie. It blew my head off. So go with caution, because I'm not a smoker. And it blew my head off. So if you are a smoker, I'm sure you're going to be tested. But honestly, it was fucking delicious. And I had a blast on it. Raving on weed is fucking brilliant. Big up everybody that suggested the things he suggested to me in terms of taking it easy, blah, 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 making sure I had a full stomach. All that stuff kind of helped. And yeah, man, I had a fucking blast over there on the weed only, which is I'm very proud of. And then, of course, random stuff I saw on the way there to the fucking club. Some random warehouse. I like the logo. That's why I took a picture of it. This is the view inside of the club. Unfortunately or fortunately, my phone died, so I couldn't record much footage. But this is basically what it looked like. I think down there is where Dixon is, and this is obviously where the crowd are. And what they did really well about the club is that there's platforms, so it makes people look like we're like in a coliseum kind of, because there's raised platforms that you all stand on around the edges, and this is the ground floor, so it gives this a nice effect when you're taking pictures. So that was pretty cool. And then obviously this is my face zooted out of my mind, as you can see. Absolutely zooted out of my head. Absolutely zooted out of my fucking head. Eyelids barely staying up, by the way. Eyelids barely staying up. Look at those eyelids. Eyelids are barely staying up. And then of course a view somewhere from, I think this is a view from the toilets. And then of course this is a view of me on my way back, walking out of the club, leaving it on the way to the airport. As you can see, smiling, very happy, grinning, all teeth on display. Be aware, by the way, this is the last time you might see these teeth. When I, you never know. In a few months, man might come through with the fucking Johnny Bravos. So, admire my natural teeth, admire my natural smile, because in a few months you may see me with a double stack Johnny Bravos. You might see me with the fucking anime teeth. You know the anime teeth. You know those two fucking white rectangles. You might see me out here. You might see me. But yeah, man. Big up everybody that suggested the suggestions. I appreciate all of you guys. Honestly, really did help me to kind of figure out what I wanted. And yeah, man. Like I'm sure you guys are probably spoiled with the weed stuff because we don't really have good weed here in the UK. Anybody that's been in the UK will know. So if I'm kind of wanking off about this weed thing and I sound like a fucking noob and I sound like a loser, please forgive me. But honestly, it was so nice to be somewhere where, like, you know, there was good weed, because we don't have any of that shit here. It's so bad over here. And if you want good weed, you're overpaying for it, overpaying for it. And over there was really cheap. And it was so freaky to go into a coffee shop and see people sitting down rolling joints. Weird. And they had this thing, I think someone mentioned in the stream chat before, in the coffee shops, I'm sure someone mentioned in the stream chat to me, they have like little pots of like herbs. I'm not sure if you have it in America. So we were told that those herbs or whatever is in the jar is what people use to mix their tobacco with. So it's what people use to mix their weed with as a substitute for tobacco. I don't know what the name of it is, but it was some like, it looked kind of greenish. I'm not too sure if it was hemp. I don't know what it was, but people were like using that to kind of mix with their weed in their joint when they were sitting down. So that was pretty sick. Is it hemp? Yeah, is it hemp? Big up Bent Gamebred. Okay, cool. It's hemp, yeah? Okay, cool. Is it hemp? Basil, hemp? I don't know. Whatever it was. It was just freaky to see adults in a coffee shop smoking weed, like legally. I was like, whoa, bro. Whoa. So, big up Amsterdam. Big up Blood Clot. Amsterdam. Moving on. Let's talk a little bit about Kendrick Lamar's performance for the Super Bowl halftime show. What is there to say about this, really? Not much of a deep dive needed. I thought the performance was okay. I think there's a bunch of people online that are like overreacting and making it seem like it was worse than what it actually was, but I think it was fine. I didn't have a problem with his performance at all. No, sorry, I didn't think it was that bad. The problem I had with the performance is that I felt like it was maybe too much centered towards the Drake battle thing. It seemed like most of it was like kind of centered around that. I know it was like a good capping off point, a good, you know, kind of a full stop to put on the whole beef, but it kind of felt like part of me thinks maybe he would have been better off just ignoring the beef ever happened and just performing a medley of all his best hits for 12 minutes, because I think the best thing about the show kind of was SZA. I thought SZA did pretty well, but you know, whatever, when it came to Kendrick. One thing I was surprised about with Kendrick though, I was surprised at the maybe it's my naivety, not knowing much about American sports and how you guys judge the Super Bowl, but I was surprised at the lack of reaction in the crowd. I was like, wow, okay, but that makes sense because it's American football. Not everybody that watches football is into hip hop, so maybe the music at the halftime show should be maybe catered to the general public. Maybe even though Kendrick is super well known and one of the best rappers in the world, and he's definitely in the top 3 of artists now, rappers, in terms of J. Cole, Drake, and him, he's still quite niche, you know? He's not probably even as famous as Drake. So maybe the general public who watches football and is into the NFL just aren't that, or is into Super Bowl, aren't probably that familiar with him. So I was surprised to see how little of them reacted to his songs. Like, and I didn't feel like they were being rude. I just felt like they didn't know his songs, which was really surprising. Like, oh shit, the crowd is kind of quiet, isn't it? It's just him alone. Like, I thought there'd be a bigger reaction to the like A minor bit in the song, and it was completely quiet. Like, you couldn't really hear the crowd like singing over the top of him at all. But again, maybe they've got a good way of like, you know, sorting out the acoustics so you can't hear much of the stadium. I don't really know if that's true, but that was a big surprise. Like, wow, he's not really getting the reaction that I thought he would get at the Super Bowl. I thought it'd be a lot more like, you know, out there and shit. But again, it makes sense because at the times I've seen him, And then obviously people are giving us reasons why we should like the show, because I think a lot of people aren't really liking it. Again, I think people are overreacting. I don't think it was as bad as people are making it out to be, but I don't think it was as good as people are making it out to be. Somewhere in the middle, as per usual. But there are a lot of like articles about, you know, how it went down and how they planned it. I actually like some of this background information, to be fair, even though it feels like they're trying to force us to like it. But I think this background information is pretty decent. Yo, big up Space Guy, appreciate you.
He was solid, but you needed other talent to supplement Emu.
Yeah, it's just big up Space Guy. I don't know if it's even his fault about the other talent. I just think the Super Bowl, like, I actually didn't, because I don't watch the football. I'm not really that well versed on the halftime shows, but I think the Super Bowl halftime performance requires a certain type of artist. It shouldn't be about who's current or relevant even. That's what I would say. Like, maybe on Super Bowl, I don't know if she's done it before, but I think a Dolly Parton would fucking kill the Super Bowl. I think a Miley Cyrus would kill the Super Bowl. Who else can I think of off the top of my head? Kasabian will probably kill the Super Bowl, you know? There's certain bands, certain groups, Blink-182 would probably kill the Super Bowl. That would actually kill it, who aren't the most relevant or maybe well liked, but in that particular arena space, they would absolutely smash it. Pitbull would probably kill the Super Bowl. Sean Paul would probably kill the Super Bowl. But does Kendrick kill it? You know? That's the issue. It's a very specific type of thing. So I don't know. I don't know if I blame him for it not going the way he probably thought it would go, you know? But I still think as a way to cap off a victory for a battle, cool. I don't want to hear Not Like Us again, please. I'm fed up with that song already. But I did think he did well based on what was given to him. This is Curse Your NFL podcast. It says, Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show set design was inspired by a PlayStation controller. Each performance space was shaped like a button on the PlayStation style controller, a performance intended to portray Lamar's life as a video game. That concept came from Lamar himself. I think the video game theme was symbolic, his way to reach young people. I don't know what that's about. Maybe because he feels like his life is a game and it's just been gnarly to get to this final stage of the level. Maybe that's what he means. But yeah, I liked what it looked like. Even without knowing the meaning behind it, I just liked the look of it, to be fair. So this is kind of an overview of what the plan was. They've got little models here to show you what it was going to be like. I'm not really mad at that too much. Let's continue. A picture here with Lamar with the choreographers who were set up like the American flag, which was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, I did quite like that. The choreographers all being dressed in a certain way, making up the American flag. That was a pretty cool effect. I also thought his jacket was really hard. His jacket was a collaboration with the English or London-based fashion designer Martin Rose. So I thought that was absolutely pretty sick. It's a PG Lang varsity jacket that he rocked. There's a view of the stage as they're performing, which is pretty sick as well. Or the field, sorry, they turned it into a stage. And last picture here is more seating plan arrangements of how that halftime show would go. Again, some good stuff there from Lamar and his team. Something like that as all. Continuing on here, one of the best bits about it was this guy, some random guy from Kendrick Lamar's dancing group. No, a random dancer in the from the choreography had a free Palestine flag. I think it had like something about free Congo and someone else on the flag too. So he was running around the flipping field doing what he does, you know, before the security tackled him. So that was a pretty deep moment. So big up that guy for using the opportunity that he had, once a lifetime opportunity to raise awareness for a good cause. So definitely agree with that one. So big up the dancer for that. The most bozo moment of the fucking thing was definitely this. This definitely had to be the most bozo moment of the whole fucking affair. Serena Williams crip walking during the Not Like Us performance with Kendrick Lamar. Actually, my sound on. Or am I bugging? It is on. Okay, cool. Maybe someone can take off on here. Doesn't matter. Let's play again. As you can see here, she's crip walking as the performance is going on. Very janky looking. She actually dances a lot like a white girl, if that makes any sense. The funny thing about this is that I don't know. You don't really hear him say too much bad words about her. I think he said some things about maybe the husband, the Reddit co-founder, but I don't really hear Drake saying too many harsh things about Serena, really. But you know, she felt like she had to do what she had to do. The funny married to a super white guy is a bit odd.
Oz wants to be the only strong black woman in Drake's life.
You're so dumb. Okay, whatever you say, man. Whatever you say. Whatever you say. Anyway, whatever you say. You guys are funny, man. Any slight criticism of Kendrick, automatically I'm like on Drake's nuts. You know what I mean? Like I'm giving him sloppy toppy. Like it doesn't have to be that way. It's all good as long as he's soft. As long as he treats me well, I'm all for it. But yeah, man. I didn't like this. I didn't like this. But you know, whatever. Let her do what she needs to do. And then the last thing here is a clip courtesy of Big Boy Radio featuring DJ Mustard. Speaking about what happened at the, I guess he's speaking about Drake and what he should do next going forward on the back of the beef, which is funny, asking DJ Mustard about what he should do next when, you know, his career was on live support until Kendrick gave him the alley-oop for this tune. But hey, let's just play what he has to say.
Hey man, with everything through the battle, with the 5 Grammy nominations, and as you said, man, sweep, we saw that.
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I know you can't speak for him. What the hell does Drake do after all this? And Kendrick, y'all did it y'all way.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I actually don't think about what he could do. I have no idea. I kind of try to stay aligned with just pure shit, like just being pure and being on the right side of things and not doing no tactics and gimmicks. I've learned to not. You don't have to be super like, and I'm not speaking for or at Drake or for him. I don't know what, but a lot of shit that's going on. It's like the tactics, the things that you do just to get attention. You don't need to do that. Just make music, man, and make good music, and you'll be fine.
Hey, man.
So
that's easy to say when Kendrick's your best friend. That isn't true. Everybody needs tactics and games. This is the new world that we live in, unfortunately. If you are talented, if you are really good at what you do, it's not good enough. You need a gimmick, you need a hook, you need a tactic, you need something. Even if you don't have a tactic, it's a tactic. You need some sort of approach to get people to pay attention to stuff that you're doing. And Mustard saying this while also being in the good graces of Kendrick is hilarious. Kendrick is one of the most respected, one of the most revered, well-liked, maybe overly kind of sucked off artist that is. And for him to say that all it takes is just good music is hilarious when really, you know, Kendrick says just 2 words that rhyme and people are fucking fainting and making entire 1 hour long music or, you know, breakdown videos about the stuff that he does. So obviously that makes the job of you as a producer much easier because you're already making stuff for somebody that is already well liked and has a lot of attention on them. So the gimmicks and stuff is nonsense. Plus record labels are not going to just bet on you based on your talent alone. They're going to bet on you and also enhance what you do with tactics and gimmicks. That's all part of the game. That's all part of the game. Both sides are guilty of the tactics and gimmicks. Kendrick, Drake, both sides are guilty of it. Both sides are guilty of using the media, influencers, fucking content creators to their advantage, sowing fucking, you know, seeds of doubt, all that malarkey during a beef. It's all fair in that kind of arena. I have no problem with it whatsoever. But acting as if like the right person won, the pure person won, is fucking ridiculous. Like no one out here is pure. The game is fucking rigged. The game is fucking full of vultures. It's full of fucking heathens. It's full of awful people. Big up.
Wipe your chin. More to the left.
Okay, go fuck yourself, young old vibes. Go and fuck yourself. Honestly, you guys are the worst, man. The worst, bro. Just a slight bit of fucking constructive criticism right? And here you guys are labeling me some dick eater or something. All right, cool, innit? Cool. I'm like Brendan, innit? Fucking Drake is my Joe Rogan, right? To some of you guys, right? Drake is my Joe Rogan. All right, whatever, man. Whatever. Fuck all you hoes. One thing that was funny was Taylor Swift getting booed in the crowd or by the crowd when she came on the screen. I'm just surprised why she's surprised that she's getting booed. That's the thing that surprised me. Why is Taylor Swift surprised that she's getting booed by an NFL crowd when she comes on the Jumbotron? Especially considering, you know, the opposing team doesn't want the other team to, you know, it's like, why are you surprised? I don't even watch football, right? And I was actively cheering against the Chiefs just because I didn't want them to have that American sweetheart moment where she comes on the field and grabs fucking Travis Kelce, hugs him, and they kiss on the field as the cameras surround them and confetti's flying through the air or falling through the air. I didn't want that, right? It's just too much. It's nauseating. And I'd imagine if you're a football fan and every time your team plays the Chiefs, and they fucking switch the camera to them in a crowd, Taylor and whoever she's sitting with, and put them on the Jumbotron, that would drive me fucking nuts, in the word of Brandon Shaw. You know, it would drive me nuts if every time my team played the Chiefs, she was the most covered thing on there, apart from the plays and the players and whatever was going on the actual field. Fuck that shit. So I was actually happy they lost just because of her and that fucking attention that she brings with it. But I'm surprised that she's getting booed. Like, do you think people like you in that arena when all the attention is being drawn towards you and not to the people that are actually playing on the field? Why are you surprised by this? Like the detached from, like, the lacking of self-awareness, I guess, or detached from reality. The fact that she lives in a bubble is really interesting, isn't it? That I would have thought she would have been a little bit aware of, like, the conversation online about the reaction that people have when she's on the Jumbotron, about how people that watch football are generally feeling about the furrow and the fucking attention that she gets over there. But for some reason, I guess that's not the case. She was confused. She looked at Ice Spice and what the fuck's going on. Credit to her for bringing Ice Spice again, by the way. I thought she completely forgot about Ice Spice because Ice Spice is kind of cold right now. I thought she kind of ditched her. Thought, you know what, you are not famous or funny anymore, so fuck off. But credit to Taylor for bringing Ice Spice out again. Clearly, they're good friends. Or maybe she heard some of the backlash that was happening online about people calling her out for not hanging out with Ice Spice anymore, and decided to kind of pull her out for one last show. But regardless, I thought that was cool. But I thought her reaction to getting booed was weird. Like, why are you surprised you're getting booed? Come on. Next, we got this clip courtesy of Barstool Sports, featuring the craziness of Philly, right? Capturing some of the craziness of Philly, which I think we should be aware of, because I think, was it that kid? That kid was a Philly supporter, right? The kid that unfortunately passed away, who died, sorry, when he fell off the pole. I'm sure that was a Philly fan when they won before they got to the Super Bowl. Like, I don't know. I think that's all that Drake coom in my throat there. I think some Philly fans are or Philly fans in general, are very enthusiastic about their team, let's say. So this is a Barstool Sports video showing how they reacted when they won the Super Bowl, courtesy of this guy called Connor Mook on Barstool Sports Philly. So let's watch this quickly, and then we can continue on to the comedy stuff.
We're out here on Broad Street. The Birds just won the Super Bowl. Go Birds! Are you going to school tomorrow?
I don't know.
Is he going to school tomorrow?
No, he ain't making it.
February 9th, 2020 fucking 5. Jalen fucking Hurts. He put Saquon in a fucking backpack and took that nigga to the
I'm about to go to Philly. Philly looks fucking fun, man. Philly looks fucking fun. Holy
I just want to
shit.
say two things. Go fucking Birds and Patrick Mahomes is a bitch.
Why are they so crazy over there, bro? Like, why are they so wild? What is with Philly? What's in the water in Philly? Why are people so turned? Why are they so turned up? It's so sick.
Yo, Patrick Mahomes, 2 picks, Cooper DeJean to the crib. Oh, yeah. It's turned into a pillow fight.
Birthday, motherfucker! Fuck off! Birthday, motherfucker! I took my bird harder last night! Fuck them! Hold on. Elba!
Go Birds, dickhead. Yeah.
Holy shit. What the fuck is that? Are those pillows? Are those, or Brenda will say, are those pillows? Why are they burning all those pillows?
City is going bananas. We are going crazy. We have celebrated. We are celebrating. And let's go
We smoking on that one.
Smoking on that Chiefs.
We smoking on Andy Reid's fat ass.
Smoking on those Chiefs.
It's officially
Yo, that guy should be playing football, isn't it? That pizza should be playing fucking football. That was a good fucking tackle there. Boom. Two hands. One more time. Boom.
It's officially crazy. Go, man! Yes, sir. Eagle!
Holy shit. That's a good overhead squat, bro. That's a good overhead squat. I'm not gonna lie. Decent form there, my girl.
Eagle!
Decent form. Look at that. Knees out and all sorts. Knees out, toes forward. Yo, she's got good form, bro. Shit. I'm feeling something down below, bro. I am feeling something down below. Look at the form on that blood clot.
Eagle!
That's the Mahomes back.
I quit my job to be here. You quit your job? I quit my job to be here. What were you doing? Fuck AT&T. Fuck AT&T.
He's bragging. He's acting like he's acting like he worked at fucking Salesforce, as if he worked at fucking Dell, you know, as if he worked at Nvidia. Man saying fuck AT&T, you know. What a fucking legend.
Portnoy, what up, bitch? Eagles are
Buy jail stool. How long have you been practicing that?
too long.
Fucking hell.
You're so handsome.
You too. What would you do to Saquon Barkley right now?
Anything he wanted.
Yeah, you know what Saquon Barkley likes, innit? That's a good question. That's a brilliant question because he knows exactly what Saquon Barkley's type is. He knows exactly what Saquon's type is, and those two girls are his type. Oh yeah. Go on, Saquon. Get your shit, bro. Go on, wherever you are, brother. Get your shit.
What would you do to Saquon Barkley right now?
Anything he wanted.
Belt to ass. Fuck the Chiefs. Fuck Patrick Mahomes. Fuck Chip Kelly. Fuck the whole organization. Fuck them all.
Go fucking Birds all the way. AJ Brown can get naked. Saquon Barkley can get naked. I'm gonna suck that dick.
Fucking hell. Yeah, I love the whites in America. So, as soon as you guys are happy, you get gay as fuck, innit? The whites in America are fucking funny. As soon as you guys get excited, you just get gay as fuck. Like, what's going on? Everyone wants to suck everyone's dick. What's happening?
They know
Not fireworks, them gunshots. For
Is that a Glock going off?
Quiet AR, Smith & Wesson.
It's pretty simple. It's 4 words. Fuck you, Goldberg!
Big up Coiler. It only takes us 2 beers. We got Coiler in the chat.
We're smoking trash now. Beautiful angel, what do you have to say about the birds?
My parlays lost on every single pick that I had, but fucking go Birds, baby!
Yeah, she's perfect. Hit me!
Aight.
Run it!
So what, do no black chicks support Philly? Or is it just white girls? Hold on. What type of white banter is this? Are they knocking their heads together? I just realized what they were doing. What type of white banter is this? This looks like it hurts. Why would you do this? What?
She's perfect. Hit me! Run it!
Oh! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Yo, white banter is scary. Exactly. Look at this guy. That's me. I'm this guy at the back here. I'm this Aki. I'm this Aki on the back right here. What the fuck are you guys doing? Honestly, white banter's not for me, man. White banter's not for me. I can't do that, man. I can't do that. Oh my god.
I'm concussed. Goldberg!
Fuck a bitch named Taylor Swift.
Fuck you, Taylor Swift, you're a fucking bitch!
Yeah. I'm feeling something down below. I'm not gonna lie. I'm feeling something down below, man. These fucking, these loud, rambunctious, I'm feeling something down below. Not gonna lie. Big up the fellas in the chat. You know what I'm talking about.
Fuck a bitch named Taylor Swift.
Fuck you, Taylor Swift, you're a fucking bitch!
I think I touched it.
You got issues?
Yeah,
I'm so
there
sorry.
we go. There we go. Finally. There we go.
I'm so sorry. You guys find any Chiefs fans?
And the first one that came on camera, she wanted to fight. The first black chick that came on camera wanted to fight. Yeah, look, she wants to fight, but I wanna. Yeah, I'm excited.
I think I touched it.
You got issues?
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You guys find any Chiefs fans yet?
Nah, they're all pussy.
Wow, look at that mullet. Look at that. What the fuck is that on the left? Wow. I get that mullet, but what the hell is this? Holy shit. What happened to his hair?
Pussies ain't coming out.
They ain't coming to
They
Philly.
know better.
They ain't coming to
They know
Philly.
better.
What would you do
Hey,
if you
there
saw
she
one
goes.
right now?
Hello, girl.
Whacking them with this fucking
There they
knife.
are.
What's the plan for the rest of the night? You gonna walk around? What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna stay here until I wake up tomorrow.
Anything?
How old is that? Yo, how old is he? How old is that kid? Yo, he's got a can of beer in his hand. How old is he? He's got to be like 17, no? He's got to be 17, isn't it? You think that's a girl? So that's he's a nice lady. You think that's a girl? That's a boy, no?
What's the plan for the rest of the night? You gonna walk around? What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna stay here until I wake up tomorrow.
Really? Do you guys think that's a girl or a boy? Raw, I'd get confused. I'd get confused, bro. He handsome as fuck. I ain't gonna lie. He handsome as fuck, bro. He handsome as fuck. I ain't gonna lie. He handsome as fuck. You get me? We out in Philly with a couple of beers and shit. Ain't no telling what I'm gonna do. Ain't no telling. You know what I mean? There's no lies in my shit. You know what I mean? I wear my shit on the chest. You feel me?
Anything else you'd like to get off your chest? Now is your time.
We'll put some stuff on the chest. You feel me? Lads know.
Everyone's watching at home. Any shit you want to talk?
I already had top surgery, so I got him off my chest already.
You guys were right. I already had jobs. embarrassing.
What's going on with the bottom?
Nick Bright, you fucking sad.
Oh, you see? That's the question you need to ask. That's the real question you need to ask. That's the real question you need to ask. Because what gone for that bottom though? What that bottom do, huh? What that bottom do, huh?
The bottom.
Nick Bright, you fucking Sasquatch.
Let's go. Oh.
Fucking caveman.
He's a caveman.
Nick Bright with your fucking big ass. Get that yam off your face, bitch ass
Oof,
nigga.
oof. He's spitting on his lip and all sorts, bro. Bitch ass nigga. He's spitting on his face and all. Look at that. Eesh. God almighty, bro. God almighty.
Nick Bright with your fucking big ass. Get that yam off your face, bitch ass nigga.
Montoya, por favor.
Go fucking bird.
Montoya, por favor. Ah, that's hilarious.
Off your face, bitch ass nigga.
Montoya, por favor.
Go fucking bird.
Look how his bum. That's the thing I don't like about bikes. Look at how much his back is cocked. Look how his bum is cocked. That's what I don't like about super bikes. It makes you look like you're cocking your back too much. Look at the arch. That's the only thing I don't like about riding super bikes. Look at the arch. Look at his back. Look at that. His arch is cocked. God damn.
Go fucking birds, baby.
Birds,
Without a doubt.
Oh, you should have went lower. What? You should have went lower, bro. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. You should have went fucking lower, bro. What the fuck is this? What is that honey dicking about, man? You should have went lower.
Down.
Come on, man. Lower. For fuck's sake.
You're a daddy, Jalen!
We just won the fucking Super Bowl. Let's go, Eagles. Let's go.
Where are you from?
Lebanon. Let's go, Eagles. I love Eagles.
Get that shit up there.
Isn't that the French flag? He said he's from Lebanon, but isn't that the French flag? Am I bugging out? Huh. Anyway. Lebanon waving the French flag.
E-A-G-L-E-S,
Yo, I need to go Philly, man. I need to go fucking Philly. That's my type of people, man. I need to go fucking Philly, bro. Huh? You got the whites and blacks out here like a fucking, you know that Nutella? You know that fucking chocolate spread you get that's got like white and black in it? This is how you're mixing in there, bro. You're mixing like that Nutella that's got the swirls in it and shit. That's what I need to be. I need to be out there, bro. With my fucking man them, with my fellas, you know what I mean? With my sisters, with my gal dems, drinking the fucking beers, you know? Maybe getting confused by some stud. You feel me? Well, go on, man. Let's get out of there, man. Philly, I might have to be in you soon. I'm not gonna lie. Yo, seems like a good place to be, man. Cold as well. It's got a bit of wild grit. It kind of reminds you of London a little bit. It's a little bit gritty, a little bit crazy, you know? A little bit loud, a little bit reckless. Oof. Looks pretty good, man. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Big up Philly. Big up Blood Clot Philly. Big up Blood Clot Philly. Cool. Let's move on. Comedy time. Big up Comedy Enforcement. Comedy Enforcement has a new video regarding Bert Cry. Oh my god. Look at the screen grab. Jesus Christ. Maybe it's an outfit, but he is huge. Whoa, Bert, man. Okay, new video from Comedy Enforcement. Big up my jigger, Comedy Enforcement. Bert Kreischer bombs on the Rich Eisen show. I haven't seen this just yet. If you have seen this, guys, please bear with me. And as soon as we finish this, we'll watch the new podcast cringe on Brendan, who was on Joe Rogan recently. Fucking hell, Bert's huge. Yo, Bill Angel Ranger.
Can we talk about how our gal Shades Cal got your boy and Jay a cameo on the MLC Live in Atlantic City podcast? Thank her. Gotta update my IMDb now.
What?
Contouring glasses.
What? Really? Is there a clip of this? Is there a clip of this someone can share? Is that true? Big up Shades Cow if this is true. And big up NJ Ranger. That's fucking sick. Look at the fucking community. Look at the fucking community. What a fucking sick thing. If you can get a fucking pic, what do you call it? Or some sort of clip, man. We need to play that shit. We need to fucking play that shit. Yeah. Please. It doesn't matter, man. Put it on the Discord, brother. Put it on the Blood Clot Discord, NJ Ranger. Stop wasting time. Stop being fucking fake modest. Put that shit on the Blood Clot Discord. That is sick, bro. That is so fucking sick. We got Shades Cow. That is so fucking sick. We got Shades Cow. Look at that. The community coming together. You see me, huh? Coming together, bro. Interlocking fingers. Holding each other's hands and stuff. Big up Shades Cow. Big up Blood Clot Shades Cow in the house. Bang your chest. And big up NJ Ranger too. Bang your chest. Hey, yo, Uche, please, if you're here, one more infraction from Young Old Vibes, and I want the ban hammer. Honestly, AZ wants a cameo in Jake's bedroom. You're such an asshole. You are such an asshole. Because you know what, right? You know what? I'm not even gonna say because you guys are already teasing me. Fuck all you hoes. Let's play the clip, man. Play the clip. I try to share my opinions, I try to share my feelings, and I get fucking clowned on. Whatever.
Like, I do drink. I like drinking, but I don't drink when I wake up.
Comedy enforcement, man. Why do you have to do this to us, man? Why do you have to start off depressing already, comedy enforcement? 5 seconds in and you already got us depressed.
You have made an insane number of people happy.
My daughters are going to be failures compared to you. They will make no one happy. I will be shocked if they get out from under my shadow. I mean, it's too...
Jaden Daniels, do you have a...
Fucking awkward. Wow. Look, he's got such a weird body, innit? His legs look kind of skinny and normal. But then look at his upper body. What a weird build. Look at the hunchback. Look at his neck. Look at the size of his head. His legs don't look like they belong to his body. Look. His legs and whoever the athlete is next to him, I'm guessing that's the athlete, they kind of have the similar size legs. Kinda. But then as soon as you start scrolling up, you see from the hands, already inflamed, the gut. But look at the size of it. Like, what a strange build.
A prediction or opinion on Super Bowl 59?
I think it's going to come down to whoever has the ball last.
It seems like all the games, whoever has the ball last wins. I do not want a Super Bowl. And you as a pro tell me.
So Bert Kreischer is back on his yearly tradition tour. Not the comedy one, but the other. You know, where he gets semi-healthy, drops some weight, and then convinces him.
His neck is bigger than his thighs.
Yeah, exactly. Great point. Fucking exactly. I don't know if it's the angle though. Look even him in his picture. Is it just the angle? Or he's just getting bigger and he gets smaller and he gets bigger and he gets smaller? Look at this. Like you can tell that Tom has like a burnt, like a white person, I don't use sunscreen thing. And you can immediately tell Bert's redness is definitely alcohol. One person's just been burned for not wearing sunscreen. One's been burnt purely from just swigging way too much free whiskey or whatever vodka they make. Big up Sadasies, appreciate it, bro.
Himself that he's got it all together, and then somehow circles back to being completely out of control. This time he's in Louisiana.
Jesus Christ. I haven't seen Bert in a while. I didn't know he was that big. Oh, let me go on his Instagram. I'm sorry. I'm really gagged. I had no idea he was that huge. Holy shit, Bert Kreischer. Maybe my guess or my bet, no, my prediction that Bert would outlive Joe Rogan, maybe not true. Because I don't know why I've got this weird feeling that people like Bert just get away with it, you know? Like living like shit. So my feeling was that maybe he gets away with it and he actually outlive someone like Rogan, who's taking every precaution, every fucking health supplement to get to like out, to kind of extend his life, and Bert's doing the opposite. He's indulging in absolutely everything. And I don't know, my feeling behind that prediction that I said about Bert outliving Rogan was mostly based on, how we all have those people in our family, like I have a few, who smoke every day, smoke like 20 packs of cigarettes, smoke 20 packs of cigarettes a day, who drink a bunch, but don't seem to ever get cancer, don't seem to develop any sort of other disease or anything, and just die of natural causes in their old age. Some people, right? And I had the feeling like Bert's like that too. He's just going to abuse his body so much that he doesn't need to do, drink all the time, get fucked up, and then just like end up outliving everybody in his circle that actually takes his health seriously. But yeah, you can't see it here in the picture. You can't really see it there too much. You gotta wonder, innit? Like, she either has to be the most understanding wife in the world, or she's somewhat complicit. Or maybe no, she doesn't booze, does she? Does she booze as much as Bert? I don't know. But I'm thinking, like, how most even girls nowadays will get annoyed if you like drink too much and you come back home and you're like, late at night, or you're boozing all the time, or you're going out. Even regular girls, like regular normal girls. So I wonder what her did. But to be fair to her, though, when she met Bert, he also had money still. It wasn't like she met him and he was broke. He comes from a family that has money. Maybe she's that type of woman that's like, you know what? Let me get a guy, and he's funny, and he probably treats her well anyway. So let me get a guy that's not going to embarrass me publicly, because even though I'm a mandem guy, I'm gonna say this: I don't believe Bert in the slightest when he says I don't cheat on my wife. Even though I'm a mandem and I feel horrible for saying this and blowing up his spot, I definitely think he does. I definitely think Bert is out here dicking down randoms for sure. But I just think he's sensible enough and smart enough not to be bait about it. But I definitely think he does. There's no way you drink that much and go out as much as he does without slipping into something here or there. It just doesn't make any sense. Why else are you staying out? It actually would be way more concerning if he just is out only just for the hang. Like, if that's actually his life, which is weird. If that's the case, I don't know if that's to be true. He could be a freak. He could be one of those freaky guys who legitimately is out all night, all hours of the night, just for the hang, just solely for the hang. Because it is boring after a while. Like, even for me, I was that guy for the hang. I was the guy that would be standing in the smoking area, not smoking, talking to randoms, and adding a bunch of people on Facebook and never speaking to them again. But even that gets boring after a while. You have to go there with some level of intention. Whether it's to fucking hook up, whether it's to meet people, whether it's to fucking drink. But I just don't think the drinking thing can last forever, So I have a feeling that he definitely is out there dicking things down. Does Leanne know? Who knows? But also, I wonder if me and other people, you get kind of sold on her face because she looks the way that she looks, like all nice, sweet, homely, innocent. You get the idea that she's not, maybe just as bad as Bert. Who knows? Because usually partners are like that, isn't it? It's very, look at what's happening to Ryan Reynolds and that Blake Lively woman. I think a lot of people, myself included, loved Ryan Reynolds and we thought he was fucking awesome. But slowly and surely, you're realizing that, you don't get married to someone like a Blake Lively who's, somewhat disliked without also being a little bit unlikable yourself, So maybe Leanne's an undercover Bert. She's just better at hiding it, Maybe. I don't know. Big up Uche. Slipping into something is wild turn of phrase for cheating. No, but you know what? This is a random conversation. Girls won't really understand. It's not really like it's not like, I don't know. There's not like I've seen some things, and I think sometimes guys, I think that saying that people say about guys only being as faithful as their options is very true. But I also think there's a particular type of guy that's like a committed dude that's not going to do anything ever, no matter what happens when he goes outside. But I think there are some guys that are just a couple of drinks away from, fucking giving all their money away. They're a couple of drinks away from fucking being in something they shouldn't be in. It's just the way it is, unfortunately. Most guys can't handle regular drinks, Imagine if you're Bert and you have money and you have a job that allows you to get fucked up. You're going to go fucking crazy. So, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'm putting too much smart in his name. Maybe he's okay. So I take it back if I'm being incorrect here. But yeah, looking at Bert's Instagram, yeah, I guess it's maybe the pictures because he doesn't look super huge here, but the pictures of him on Rich Eisen, he looks fucking massive. Don't get me wrong, he is massive, but he doesn't look super huge there. But the Rich Eisen thing, he looks fucking huge. Let's see this quickly. What's this? This was NFL. This will probably get me blocked in it. Let's see this.
What's up, everybody, man? We are sitting here in the NOLA, the Big Easy, at Super Bowl 59, man. The biggest event in America. Sitting right next to Bert Kershaw.
Bert Kershaw. The way he pronounced his name was brilliant. One more time.
What's
Bert
up, everybody,
Kershaw.
man? We are sitting here in the NOLA, the Big Easy, at Super Bowl 59, man. The biggest event in America. Sitting right next to Bert Kershaw. How you pronounce your last name, Bert?
Bert Kershaw. Oh, that's fucking brilliant. Anyway, got comedy enforcement. Apologies, comedy enforcement. Let's go back to our video, boss.
Rihanna doing the rounds, promoting his new upcoming comedy special on Netflix, which is wild, and also a pretty big arena comedy show on Super Bowl weekend. But unlike...
Hold on, he's got a new special coming out on Netflix. When's that coming out? Is that new? Oh, I don't care. Let's go with the video. We'll figure out later. I don't care.
Last year, Tom Segura is nowhere in sight, probably because he learned his lesson after that painfully awkward appearance they did together on the Pat McAfee show last year. Remember that? Two grown men basically crashing a show just to promote their vodka. And well, Bert decided to go solo this time, and somehow it was even worse because...
Oh, that's a good observation. I didn't realize that. That's the same... That was last year's Super Bowl. Shit. So Tom was like, nah, I'm good. Tom was like, I'm good. That's actually his friend. That's hilarious.
Not only did he bomb with jokes that didn't land at all, but he also managed to turn the entire appearance into the Bert Kreischer show by rambling, interrupting, and making everything about himself, like everything. And at times, it did seem like he was making everyone around him uncomfortable. And by the way, this was brought to my attention by one of you guys through the comedy enforcement email, so I really appreciate that, and feel free to reach out if you see anything that catches your attention. But let's get started.
Who's out here snitching on Bert to comedy enforcement? Which one of you dorks is out here emailing fucking comedy enforcement about Bert's appearance on Rich Eisen? You guys are the worst, man. Whoever you guys are out there, you guys are fucking mean.
I am phenomenal considering how drunk I was on our flight last night.
You didn't strike me as too hammered.
Yeah, you didn't seem it.
No, that's the key to my drinking. You can never tell. John.
Why does he believe that? Do you think he actually believes that no one can tell when he's drunk? Do you think so? Does he actually believe in his heart of hearts that nobody can tell when he's drunk?
I ran into John Mayer. We were doing this Grateful Dead thing, and he said to me, I hope you're cool with me saying this, John. I see him before the show.
Oh, the name dropping. Classic Bert. Name dropping intimate secrets like he's really close with people. Shut up.
And I don't drink before I go on stage. And he goes, hey, man, on a scale of 1 to 10, how wasted are you right now? I was like, 0? He's like, no, like, how many beers have you had? I go, 0? And he goes, you're not drunk? And he's like, I thought you were always drunk. And I was like, no. He goes, so it's like an act? I go, no, I don't, what are you talking about? Like, I do drink. I like drinking, but I don't drink when I wake up.
That must have been a weirdly depressing and also happy moment. John Mayer knows who you are enough to mention you're drinking, but then John Mayer also thinks you roll out of bed and pour beer into your cereal.
I guess you had that reputation with John Mayer.
Man, so when I had this speech that kind of went viral about I'll never quit drinking. I don't know if you've ever seen it. I'll never quit drinking. I was going to stay healthy enough so I can always continue to drink. Drink at sunset or whatever I said. But in this speech, I said, when you get on a plane, they go, can I get you something to drink? You say double Jack.
I like how he assumed that everyone's seen this clip. I love how Bert assumed everyone had seen that clip. You know? It's like, bro, you're not that famous. Honestly, Bert's idea of how famous he is always really funny because it's like, if you're not into comedy and you don't watch Joe Rogan, you probably have no idea who the fuck this guy is. Like, really. Or if you do, you probably want to forget him quickly because he's very, very, very annoying. But he somehow thinks he's like he thinks he's like Adam Sandler or something, innit? That's what he thinks. He must think he's Adam fucking Sandler. Like, bro, like what?
Back on the rocks, off the rocks. Well, man, that has gone viral with flight attendants. I didn't say anything on the plane.
No.
She walked up, double jack on the rocks, off the rocks, and I went, my wife's sitting next to me going, You get lucky if you get one thing to get recognized for. Like the machine, very lucky to get that went viral. But man, that
fucking hell, bro. I always admire Americans and your guys' ability to kind of like talk about yourselves. I think I mentioned this, a lot of times about how blown away I was with how people in New York were so on it when it comes to introducing themselves and giving you a little elevator pitch about what they do and what they're up to. Never shy. I think in the UK we're very shy and reserved about promoting ourselves, talking about what we do. But Bert is an extreme, even for an American. He's an extreme case. Like, he is an extreme case of like talking about himself, of making everything about himself. It's just like wild. Like, wow. Like, how? How are you like always referencing stuff that you've done, things that you said? Like, Jesus Christ, bro. So weird.
That speech, and I didn't want to do that interview. And I love Jack Daniels. Like I love my vodka. I know I'm supposed to say that.
Yo, big up Brendan Mullery. Sounds like you're assuming Americans are all douches, AZ. No. You're mistaking me. I'm not. When I say self-promoting, I guess I mean more so in like the quote-unquote creative world. Because when I went to New York, I met a bunch of like people that work in fashion, streetwear, all that shit. And it was quite cool to see those people and to talk to them and to see how quick they were to kind of mention projects they were working on, brands they had, studios they set up and shit. They were really quick to talk about that shit. Whereas in the UK, you'd probably have to get, in a 10-minute plus conversation with somebody before they tell you what they do. Everyone's very like shy and coy and reserved about what they do. Whereas in New York or in America in general, I felt like, maybe New York is not the representative of America in general, I feel like you guys are like good at, talking about yourself and something that you do and the things that you're into. But I think Bert is an extreme version of that thing. Because I don't even know how he's able to like say all these things about himself without even once having a moment of reflection of like, because sometimes you can speak about yourself and you can sometimes catch yourself like, I've been rabbiting on too much about myself for a bit. But Bert seems to never have that moment. Maybe that's a form of narcissism. Maybe that's what it is. But he never seems to have like a moment where he's like, I've been talking about myself for like 10 minutes now. Like, I need to stop sucking myself off and give somebody else space to speak as well. Or maybe ask them a question about what they do, Let's not make every question a way just for me to answer another question.
That. I own the company, so I can say whatever I want. I love Jack Daniels. I love a double Jack on the rocks, lots of rocks.
It is unbelievable just how lucky Bert is because, sure, he does work a lot. He's a natural storyteller and definitely knows how to market himself. But that's about it. Nothing mind-blowing. And so the fact that he's managed to go viral and build a massively successful comedy career by telling the most simple and clearly exaggerated stories about himself, it's crazy. I mean, it is crazy. Think about this. He's out there promoting his new comedy special that he has coming up on Netflix and also a pretty big comedy show at an arena with big comedians. And so technically, once again, on paper, Bert Kreischer is one of the biggest comedians at the moment. But then if you pay attention to what he says on the show, you'll notice that some of the jokes bomb so bad that he panicked and had no other choice but to start talking about his favorite subject, himself. He started talking about how famous he was and how much he loved being recognized, to the point that he tells a story about how one of the flight attendants was serving him drinks before he even asked, which is a very questionable story. And look, to be fair, you could argue that Bert was hungover, tired, or simply didn't want to try on that show. But that's the problem, because he's now hit that part of the cycle in which he is hitting rock bottom, and even his own friend and business partner is keeping his distance. I mean, if we take a look at Two Bears, One Cave, it's been a while since they've actually...
Where's the second camera? Where's the second camera? Where's the second camera? We got Comedy Enforcement. Where's the second? Bring back the second camera, Comedy Enforcement. Bring it back. I saw Sneeko doing it, by the way. Sneeko used the second camera quite funny. Sneeko, when he does his vlogs, he talks like that. And that was and then he goes and talks like that. Comedy Enforcement, bring back the second camera, Comedy Enforcement. Bring back the second camera.
Recorded a podcast together, and since they do bank episodes, meaning that they record a bunch on the same day, Who knows when the last time it was that they've actually seen each other in person? And sure, they're both adults with busy lives, but I mean, recording Two Bears One Cave and promoting their vodka is literally their job.
I could not get Tom to come back this year.
Why?
He doesn't like fun. He'd rather sit at home.
Yeah, I was about to say, what?
He doesn't like fun. Like that's the fun thing. Like, okay, so I'm always fun.
So I guess, is it fair to say, like, on these type of shows, I've noticed something, because I don't watch much TV, so I guess maybe I'm like out of the loop in terms of the flow of these type of talk shows. But these type of talk shows probably benefit from the guests being very chatty, but also being very chatty about general things, not just about yourself. Like talking about, you know, whatever's happened in the week, in the news, stuff relating to the teams that are playing, if you're talking about sports. But it probably calls for somebody that's able to kind of have a conversation with everybody in the room and not just talk about themselves ad nauseum. And I think Bert's doing something that probably works best on a podcast if you're on there trying to fill dead air and shit. But when you're on a fucking TV show with a host and two co-hosts who are also producers and another fucking athlete, you're meant to spread the load, for fuck's sake. Like, relax. It's not all about you. Like, I don't know, ask them some questions, you know? Like, fucking hell. He's not even giving people a time to, like, set him up. He's just setting himself up and hitting the ball again, you know? Like, it's so weird. Like, just give everybody a moment to I don't know, to say their piece. Like, god damn. This is only a clip, by the way, and it's already annoying me.
So to have fun with me is like, it's like a regular day. But to have fun with a drip, like Tom or my wife, when they have fun, man, you really have fun. Like Rogan is always fun.
Calling people drips because they don't drink as much as you, and that's not fun, is insane, isn't it? Really is insane. Like calling somebody a drip because they don't have as much fun as you, and by fun he just means drinking. Because I'm not even sure what fun Bert actually has. I'm not gonna lie. Like what fun is Bert actually having? Let's be real. He goes to the VIP section or green rooms or some places, but what fun is he actually having? He can't dance. He's not really into music like that, I don't think. Really, can he? Is he? I don't know. Allegedly, he doesn't cheat on his wife. Cool. He seems to be annoying company. And like, for the lads in the stream chat, we've all had friends like Bert. He doesn't seem like a good hang when he's drunk, does he? Let's be fair. Bert maybe is tolerable when he's sober, but does he seem like a good hang when he's drunk? I don't think so. So the fellas, I'm probably not going to hang out with him. You probably wouldn't want to hang out with him. The ladies, do you really want that guy on top of you? Yes, he's rich and he's got Rolex and shit, but really? Bert, with that red face and that stomach slapping against you? Really? Not sure about that. So who is he actually having fun with? Where's this fun? It's all in his head.
Always fun. Ari, I mean, sometimes he drugs you, whatever.
By the way, are you getting ready to introduce to meet Jaden Daniels? That's just been.
I'm so pumped
that he's on his way.
Oh, please, are you serious?
Yeah, he's going to join you too.
Should I scoot over chairs? I feel like it's a respectful thing to do.
What do you mean, should I? They're going to tell you to do that anyway. So he's asking that in case they tell him not to move.
Can you? Okay. What are the odds? What are the odds he knows who I am?
Sorry.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm not too sure what shtick is more. What shtick is more annoying? What shtick is more annoying? Brian Callen's obsession with like the male physique and athletes and shit, and talking about how big people are, or Bert and this like, does he know who I am? That fucking thing. Like, what's more insufferable? I don't know which one is more insufferable. I don't know. Like, when are you gonna leave this? Like, oh yeah.
Odds he knows who I am.
He was in college recently, so yes, I think he does.
He's in college recently.
What if it brings you a jack with extra ice? What about
double jack extra rocks?
Buddy, I will sit behind him and rub his shoulders. Oh, shut up!
Yeah, Jaden Daniels. Take a seat. Bert's moving over in the middle of it.
Hold on, who's Jaden Daniels? Who's that? Jaden Daniels. Who's that? Who's Jaden Daniels? He was born in 2000. Why the fuck would he know who Bert Kreischer is? He was born in he's 24 years old. Why the fuck would he know who Bert Kreischer is? Honestly. Bert's ego is fucking insane. A 24-year-old. Bert thinks a 24-year-old quarterback will know who he is. Oh, this is incredible. This guy's ego. Yo, big up Mr. O, big up Mr. O, big up Mr. O.
Oz. I missed part of the intro. I hoped you enjoyed Dixon with the freaky deaky Dutch. Big up, chat.
Yes, brother, I enjoyed it. Had a fucking blast. I'll be giving a detailed rundown of my Dutch experience, my Netherlands, Amsterdam experience in the Taz show. But yeah, big up, Mr. O. Yeah, I had a blast. Thank you for asking, brother. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, oh, my phone's right next to you. If you see a picture of me benching 315, don't worry about it.
Good to see you, Jaden Daniels. What a pleasure to see you.
I don't know. I would imagine observation here. Observation. I would imagine black people in general, especially athletes, some already struggle with white banter in their locker rooms with their other fellow teammates, right? So imagine how much more difficult it will be to adjust and react to like a grown man white guy banter thing, because Bert's gonna do this whole like, you know, drunk guy thing, whatever shtick he does, and this kid's like 24 years old. He's literally a baby. Like he's like, what? You know what I mean? You can hardly put up with it when it's your fellow college mates and shit. How much more for a grown adult that could be your dad? Like, this is gonna be very awkward.
Thanks for having me. Courtesy of Invisalign being here, we appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
But you're representing Invisalign?
I am.
Do you use Invisalign?
They're in right now.
For real?
Yeah.
That looks normal. My wife got Invisalign. I go, plastic surgery.
Oh my god. The kid just got here. He's already making it about himself. Let the kid breathe, bro. Shut the fuck up. He thinks he's being conversational because he's asking him questions, but he's only asking that question so he can mention something about his wife and mention something about himself.
Surgery, and you choose your teeth?
Well, Jaden Daniels just sat down. Unfortunately, our radio audience is going to have to leave in a second. Bert, will you stick around to top?
I'll stick around. Dude, such a fan.
Go.
Do you know who I am?
Do I?
No.
Who are you?
Who am I? I knew it.
He's Bert Kreischer.
I coach in the Canadian Football League.
Don't go anywhere. We're here at the Super Bowl.
And look, I don't blame Tom for not going with.
Who are you? Honestly, what the fuck, man? Who does this? Who does stuff like this, man?
Will you stick around to top?
I'll stick around. Dude, such a fan.
Go.
Do you know who I am?
Do I?
No.
Who are you?
Do you know who I am? Do I? Bless that kid, man. Bless that kid.
Who am I? I knew it.
He's Bert Kreischer.
I coach in the Canadian Football League.
Don't go anywhere. We're here at the Super Bowl.
And look, I don't blame.
He had no interest to get to know him either. He had no interest to get to know. I don't care, man. Like, really. You're already getting on my nerves, man. Like, oh yeah, yeah.
Tom for not going with Bert. I completely understand, but it is messed up that he basically became an enabler by agreeing to launch a vodka company with Bert, essentially giving him the perfect excuse to never stop drinking while Tom is out there living his best life.
Yeah, come on, comedy enforcement, man. Tom ain't the one gonna make Bert not stop drinking. Let's be real. Let's be real, man. Let's not put any unnecessary smut on Tom Segura's name. But if he wants to drink, he's always gonna drink. Fucking Por Osos isn't gonna make him drink more than he already is drinking. Come on, man. Let's be real. The damage is already done.
actually trying to be healthy. But again, it doesn't really matter because Bert himself doesn't seem to care at all about changing, because at this point, endless amounts of people have told him to his face that he looks unwell. I mean, it's actually impressive just how quickly he can go off the rails. For example, these are pictures from just last month or a few months ago, and if you compare that to how he looks today, it's not good. It might be
Wow. How the fuck does he grow that size so quickly? Holy shit. Holy shit. He is fucking huge. Wow. God almighty, man. And he told John Mayer, I don't drink when I wake up straight away. And it's like, bro, you look like it. Don't you have any pictures on your... Does he have any pictures on his timeline where he's not fucked? Every picture is red, isn't it? Every single picture is red. Every single one. Red, 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 red. Is there any way he's not red? Red, red. That's not kind of red, but it's obviously it's a Photoshop. Or it's a flyer. Red, red. There's not a single picture on his flyer, on his Instagram, where he's not red. Wow. Always drunk, always fucked up. Never look at that one. Jesus Christ. Red, red, red. Red everywhere. It doesn't stop. Look at that one with his missus. What is he saying here?
Hey guys, happy holidays from the Christ Shut Up. Last year, I posted a video showing you how to drink through the biggest drinking holiday of the year, Thanksgiving. This year, I'm going to show you what to drink. Today, we're making a bloody pilgrim. So first thing
no offense, right? And this isn't a slight at Leanne and what she looks like, but it's more of a slight on Bert and how he acts. Doesn't Leanne look like his mum? Like, doesn't she come across like his mum instead of his wife? Does that make sense? Or am I seeing things? It doesn't look like there's much, like, you know? Like, it looks like that could be his mum, or like his stepmom or something. Or am I bugging out?
Tommy's Vodka, 4 Osos. It's a Thanksgiving cocktail. Get into the holiday spirit. Oh! Didn't know that was going to happen, okay?
This looks like vomit.
Spilling.
I can't watch that. This is terrible. I'm not drinking this. I'm not drinking it. I'm not going to.
By the way, that's the studio for the kitchen in this. That's a separate kitchen they have in the studio, isn't it? So that probably tells you why they're married. That's a whole fucking kitchen with a gas hob and everything. That's separate from the house. Yo, big up Burt Reynolds.
Imagine Bert as a grandfather. It'll either make or break him.
Nah. I don't agree. Nah. I think the whole like breaking thing would have happened when he had kids. I think there's some guys who just don't have that. You know how there's some people who are like, oh, I've been smoking a bunch, now I have my kids, I'm never gonna smoke again. I don't want my kids ever see me smoking. I don't want my kids to ever see me hungover. You know, there's some parents that have that kind of switch that they can kind of switch and then, you know, change their life for the better to set a good example for their kids. I don't think Bert's that guy. I think Bert's one type of people who's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be my truest self so they know what it looks like. You know, he's gonna rationalize his behavior. So I don't think grandkids are gonna change him. If he didn't change for his daughters, and every time he talks about them, they seem to be very. Every time he mentions his daughters, it seems like they're very embarrassed by his existence. They probably love that he's got the money that he has to allow them to have the lifestyle that they have, but they seem to be very at odds with, like, it's a bit of a conflict, you know? I'm sure if you ask them, like, personally, they'll probably tell you, you know? Yo, big up a son disease.
Credit to Bert for not beating his wife. However much he drinks, looks, and is shaped like someone who does. He doesn't. At least I don't think. Great guy, never met him.
Son is crazy.
Never forget this fat bastard showers in the pool.
Oh, yeah. This is just I put it to everybody watching, but all these reminders of Bert. It's just like look, just yeah, big up Engine Ranger. Just yeah. Just look at this. Look at this. Look at all this shit. Just look at that. Just like why? You know, comedy though, isn't it? This is comedy. You're spilling stuff. You're covered in fucking juice and sugar and liquor, and just probably not gonna wash your hair. Yeah. You're gonna shower in the pool or bathe in the pool, as NJ Ranger said. Yeah, I don't know. Fuck yeah. Come on, play.
This is a fucking joke. There's no way nobody can drink this. This is for people who can't chew. Okay?
Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you the Bloody Pilgrim.
That is the grossest thing I've ever seen.
That's what everyone on the internet's saying right now. And then once you taste it, you're gonna do this. I swear to God, you're gonna go. That's not bad. I swear on our children. I need you to taste this. You're gonna be shocked at how good this is. Here we go. Okay, go ahead. I'm being serious. You're gonna like it.
Okay. It's not as bad as I thought.
I told you! We just showed you how to make it. I hope you...
Fuck you know, man. Anyway, he's living a dream, man. He's living a dream. Enabler wife doesn't really get involved in his business, doesn't ask so much. Like, he's living a dream in one way. He's living a dream. Let's not lie. He's living a dream. She doesn't seem to bug him that much. Leaves him alone. Lets him gets up what he wants to lets him get up to what he wants to get up to. As long as the fucking American Express is working, she just, she keeps the house in order, and that's it. He's living a dream. Not gonna lie, he's living a dream. But Jesus Christ.
Last month or a few months ago, and if you compare that to how he looks today, it's not good. It might be time for his real friends to have a talk with him. And by the way, don't forget to like the video and also subscribe to the channel. We're now posting more often and it helps out a lot. Thank you.
I saw Bert, and last time I saw him was at the roast, and he was looking really good. And then I looked at him, I'm like, bro, what happened to you? Why is your face?
Fucking hell. Wow, someone had to say it. Big up Grok. Someone had to say it. Fucking hell. Thank God. Thank God somebody said it.
Posting more often and it helps out a lot. Thank you.
I saw Bert, and last time I saw him was at the roast, and he was looking really good. And then I looked at him, I'm like, bro, what happened to you? Why is your face so red? How many lobsters did you eat last night? Because you look like a
Every time I see him, he goes, why is your face so red? I go, I don't know. High blood pressure.
Yeah.
I partied last night.
No sleep.
And as we all know, there are a few things.
Why not mention drinking? Why are we talking about lobsters? And fucking not sleeping. You don't get that red from not sleeping. Your head doesn't grow that size from not sleeping.
Things that Bert Kreischer absolutely hates: not talking about himself all the time, getting called out for his drinking or health, and not getting recognized. Bert himself has told a lot of stories about how upset he gets whenever an employee or someone doesn't recognize them or treat him like a superstar, which is absolutely insane. And so because of that, being able to witness Bert's reaction to Jaden Daniels having no clue who he was comedy gold, because keep in mind that before Jaden came in, Bert was name dropping like crazy, basically trying to name every single person, every single famous person that he knew, trying to make himself seem more famous. And so once again, him not knowing who Bert was had to be a hard, crushing reality check for Bert Kreischer. And it does make sense, because I was looking into Jaden Daniels, and it turns out that he's an absolute beast. And so I can see how Bert Kreischer ruined a potentially good interview with Jaden for a lot of the fans, not only by interrupting and telling bad jokes, but also by adding nothing to the conversation.
It's the Bert and Jaden show.
We should do it like a buddy cop thing. Me and you. Like I'll tire them out while they beat me up, and then
fucking hell, this fucking chat, man. The comments on this fucking chat. Big up my nuts. AZ is black because I bet he sleeps a lot. Yo. That's like racist propaganda, isn't it? You expect to see that in like apartheid South Africa, isn't it? Right? They are dark because they do not work. Always in the house sleeping. Yo, big up my nuts. Big up my nuts.
and you go and clean them up.
Because he is cool under pressure, right? I mean,
He's so cool talking to him. I said, "Do you drink?" He goes, "Sometimes." I said, "The answer is no then."
Great answer.
Great answer.
Great answer, man. Great answer. And I'm just thrilled that you're sticking around here as well. By the way, I would pay to see a show.
Yes.
With the two of you guys.
Oh, I would in a heartbeat.
I don't think he's interested. Look at his face. Pick up Jaden Daniels. I don't think he's interested. Look at his face. Look at how he's looking at Burr. Look at how he's looking at him like, what the fuck am I sitting next to? It's not. Yo, big up Jaden Daniels. Look at how he's looking at him. He's so confused. He's so confused. Honestly, hold on. I need higher resolution of this. I need that in a higher resolution. Please, please work. Please. I need that at least in 720p. Please, let me see his face properly. He's looking at Bert like, who the fuck is this guy? And why is he like all up in my face? Asking me this. Look at him. Oh my god.
Why don't you come on my podcast?
Let's do it at some point.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Do you have?
Let's do it at some point, and turns his face away. Let's do it at some point, and he turns his face away immediately. Oh my god. Look at him. He does not fuck with Bert.
Heartbeat. Why don't you come on my podcast?
Let's do it at some point.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Do you have any favorite comic?
Drewski, probably.
Comedians?
Him.
Him. He didn't say Bert. He said him. He doesn't remember his name. He didn't even remember his name. He said him.
Jaden is signed for $38 mil. Has so sick of Bert. Smiley face.
Really? I didn't know that. Fucking hell. Big up Jaden. Big up Jaden. $38 million man. Blood clot. I'd be pissed if I was his age. Yeah, no, if I was Jaden Daniels, I'd be pissed at my agents. How you got me sitting next to fucking Bert Kreischer and just signed a $38 million deal? What the fuck are you guys doing, man? What the fuck? You should be sitting next to Kevin Hart at least.
Jaden Daniels makes.
I was trying to FaceTime Donnell Rollins. Donnell Rollins would lose his mind.
You have made an insane number of people happy.
My daughters are going to be failures compared to you.
Oh my god. Even Rich, look at Rich Eisen looking. Even Rich Eisen's a bit like, bro, you need to chill, man. Even Rich Eisen's like, you need to chill, bro. Even Rich Eisen.
An insane number of people happy.
My daughters are going to be failures compared to you. They will make no one happy. I will be shocked if they get out from under my shadow. I mean, two white chicks, mediocre, not even that attractive.
You're talking about your daughters.
Yeah. I don't find them hot. What am I wrong?
That's crazy.
It's got to be cool.
Yo, God bless Bert Kreischer's daughters, man. It's a bit of a devil's bargain, isn't it? You get to live a life where you don't really have to need for anything, right? You get a life where you can go to the best schools that you want. You can have the best car. You can have all the great things in life that money affords you. But then you have to have a dad like Bert. Like, that's fucking brutal. That is fucking brutal, bro. But then your dad is Bert Kreischer, and he's always fucking talking about you in a very disparaging way. Usually on TV, or usually in front of millions of people. God almighty.
Cool for your parents to see this happen for you.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
it's cool for it to happen, right?
Yeah. Big up. Oh my god, man. Look.
This interview is the equivalent sitting with an old guy when you get to the bar too early.
Yeah. Excellent observation. Excellent observation, son. Yeah. To get too early is very true. Excellent observation. Then you gotta like find your way to get away from him. Excellent observation. Fucking brilliant observation.
But as a parent, to see you shine and succeed has got to be really awesome.
I think they're more famous than I am.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think my mom got me.
Is that why?
Really? I think so. I think my mom got me.
Wait, this is, you want to get sad for a second? How old's your mom? How old's your mom?
How old?
Yeah.
45.
Why is that sad?
Because I could be his dad. Like, I feel like athletically we're peers, and then I realize that I'm older than his dad. That he looks at me and he goes, look at that old man.
I know.
As opposed to,
I go through this every day.
Isn't that crazy?
I know.
One day you're going to be old.
Hey, I got some time.
How many of these will you have?
Now, they did go on break in between those clips, so there is a chance that maybe Bert was telling Jaden as much about himself as possible to try and get him to like him on the show. You know, talking about how famous he is, how he does arenas, and how Joe Rogan is his best friend. Because when they first come back, it does seem like Jaden has some respect and kind of likes Bert Kreischer. But then as the time goes by, once the cameras are on, things get really awkward, because on the one hand, you have a pro athlete who was being very nice, trying to be professional and speaking carefully, since he is.
Hold on. It's going to get worse. Is it going to get worse? Is this going to get worse? No, it can't get worse than this.
Representing the NFL and his sponsors. And on the other, you have Bert Kreischer, who was saying the wildest things ever without really reading the room. I mean, you have Bert Kreischer, who was saying the wildest things ever.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. He is. I would love Penny for his thoughts in that one moment right now. A penny for his fucking thoughts. Sat there hearing fucking Bert blabber on, clearly smashed, probably smelling like a fucking bar. This kid's just thinking, what the fuck have I walked into?
Ever without really reading the room. I mean, sure, it wasn't crazy enough to get somebody canceled, but the jokes were just bad. Now, could I be biased? Maybe, but I can't help but notice how every single thing that he says always goes back to him. It's always me, my wife, my daughters, my age, my podcast. If I was him, it's actually insane. But then it gets even crazier, because if you pay attention to this next video, you'll notice how as soon as the conversation is not about Bert and instead is about sports, you know, the thing that the show is about, he actually interrupts and derails the whole conversation, because all he needed to do was to let Jaden have his interview. And at some point, it did seem like Jaden was getting annoyed.
Well,
I don't know if I can watch this bit. Thank you, comedy enforcement, for the warning. I don't think I can watch this bit. I don't know if I can watch this. I don't know if I can watch this bit. If this is what he's saying is true, I don't know if I can watch this. This might be even too cringe for me. Oh yeah. Okay, come on, stop being a pussy. Let's go. Oh, it's not even too cringe for me. Let's fucking go. Come on. Okay.
The folks at Invisalign are about to take you elsewhere. Before I let you go, Jaden Daniels, do you have a prediction or opinion on Super Bowl 59?
I think it's going to come down to whoever has the ball last.
It seems like all the games, whoever has the ball last wins.
He looked at him like, does this dude ever shut up? He gave him that look like, does this dude ever shut the fuck up? I just said 5 words. He's already interrupting.
I do not want a Super Bowl. And you as a pro tell me. I do not want a Super Bowl where we're just watching the Chiefs just get a little first down and then just kneel and go, we won. I want it to come down to like a final play. Everything on the line. They need a 2-point conversion to win. I want that for my Super Bowl.
I'll be very excited.
What do you know about winning things on the final play?
Trying to learn some more.
I mean, like, what would you know?
Yeah. Like 4 weeks in a row?
Literally. Right?
How well-rounded is this kid? Like, if I was him, first I'll be...
Oh my God. How well-rounded is this kid? It's actually a good segue for them to talk about him. Then he follows it up without giving them a chance to speak and says, if I was him, immediately makes it about himself. Oh, this guy, man. This fucking guy.
Dripped in gold, right? I'd have chicks behind me in bikinis. I'd be a mess. I'd have white powder all here. You'd be like,
careful.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, that was physical, innit? Look at that. Look at that smile. He is cringing. He physically couldn't get further away from Bert. Look at that. He moves his entire body away from him. It's literally his whole body wanting to move as far away as possible from Bert. I do not endorse this message. I do not know what he's talking about. I have no idea what a powdery white substance is. I've just signed a $38 million deal. Please get me away from this crazy white man. Please. Please. Holy shit. He's like, get me away from this guy. He's about to ruin all. Brother, sisters, he's sponsored by Invisalign. I didn't even know that was possible. I didn't even know that was a thing. This kid is so special at what he does. He's so good. He's sponsored by Invisalign. And Bert's out here talking about cocaine and shit and whores. What the fuck are you doing, man?
God, man, you must have great parents. Your parents back there?
My mom is somewhere around here.
Yeah.
And I don't think she's like inhering that, Bert.
Yeah.
I don't think mom.
But by the way, I'm too old.
Oh, the other white guy too. Look at the cringe on the other white guy's face.
Somewhere around here.
Yeah.
And I don't think she's like inhering that, Bert.
Yeah.
I don't think
He's like, yo, Rich, is this your boy? Rich, is that your boy? He's like, what the fuck is Bert talking about?
But by the way, I'm too old for his mom. His mom looks at me and she goes, yeah, I don't date old men. And she's married. I wouldn't talk.
So you don't have a prediction. Whoever gets the ball.
Whoever gets the ball last. That's my prediction.
Okay. Wow. Where are you watching?
Oh, man. I'm curious. What happens next year? I'm curious. Last year, Tom was there with Bert and seemed very uncomfortable. This year, Tom refuses to go with Bert and it's just Bert by himself. I wonder if next year will Rich Eisen reassess which comedians he brings on the show. I think he might have to reassess it because Bert is not the one, bro. Bert is not the one. He doesn't even know that much of. Why do they even have him on the show? Can somebody explain why he's even on the show? He doesn't know much. He doesn't know much about sports, does he? He's not a real sports fan. I don't really. Does he even? I know he used to play baseball. But he doesn't seem like a sports fan. Doesn't seem that knowledgeable about sports. Like, why would you even have him on there anyway? He's a weird fit for these type of things. I know he can talk a lot. Or maybe they like him because he used to do those, he used to be quite well known for those daytime TV, those like regional TV segments he used to do, right? Making people like that giggle. But he's not a good fit really for this type of show. I wonder if Rich Eisen next year might think, you know what? Let's pause the Poor Osos sponsorship thing. And let's get somebody else in here because Bert is not a good fit, man. He's not a good fit at all.
And look, to be completely fair, Bert Kreischer does put on some good comedy shows, not with his own comedy, but because he does have a lot of connections and he's not afraid of overpaying comedians to be on the same show. He does put on some good events. For example, we recently saw him in Vegas and did a review. And even though Bert's material wasn't good at all for the whole hour and 30 minutes, because he did have Bobby Lee and Nate Bargatze opening for him, it was definitely worth it. And so if he got healthy and lasted a long time, I could see him in the future potentially being like a brand for good quality comedy events.
Right to the hotel. Bert Kreischer goes, you want to do something burning? We got like 5 hours for the roast. And I was like, yeah, sure. Go do something's burning. Had a great time. He made Nashville chicken. It was me and Big J. Big J's hilarious.
So he was shooting the show in Nashville?
In Nash. He just gets an Airbnb anal and says, oh, there's going to be a bunch of comics around. I'll capitalize.
Boy, these guys are smart. I'm dumb.
Know,
if I was smart, I might be successful.
Brilliant idea to get other funny people to do your work.
That's not bad.
Byron Allen. So.
Whoa. Whoa.
We do Something's Burning. I go back, and Whitney Cummings texts me. She goes, hey, how's your jokes looking? You want to go over them?
Because, for example, when it comes to Fully Loaded, the comedy festival, if Bert Kreischer wasn't the main headliner or did the most amount of time, it would be a no-brainer, and I would buy tickets every single year. But man, when it comes to him on podcasts, he keeps getting worse and worse, which is insane because at this point, we sound like a broken record. And the funny thing is that Bert hasn't really done anything that crazy, like getting canceled or calling out his own fans like Tom did, but he is still one of the most unliked comedians out there. And so at this point...
That's actually a really good point. Better comedy enforcement, that's actually a really good point. He hasn't done anything crazy, nothing illegal, but he's actually maybe even more disliked than Brendan. Like, actually, as a person, because he's so annoying. Like, yeah, I mean, he's got no R-word charges next to him, no essay stuff, no diddling shit. It's just his personality people just can't stand. That's actually quite an accomplishment, you know? That's quite an accomplishment to be that unlikable. That people just hate you for being you.
Who knows if Bert Kreischer will actually ever change? Not when it comes to his personality, who cares about that? But when it comes to his drinking, I mean, it might be time for his friends, for his real friends, to have a serious conversation about it, because even though he likes to claim that he doesn't have a problem, he did say on that show that his goal when it came to drinking was to make it seem like he was...
Exactly, Uche. Brilliantly put. No allegations, just horrendous vibes. Exactly. He's literally like scaring away everybody just with these vibes alone. Like, wow. Like, actually, wow.
Wasn't drunk or drinking at all. But in this case, if you show up looking like Bert, it makes it very obvious that you were heavily drinking for the past couple of days.
Like, my daughter's like, hey, would you come over? I think she was a little homesick. She goes, would you come, Mom, come visit me where I'm studying? And I went, I would love to. And then I heard her sell it to me. She was like, Dad, there's a pub right next to my apartment. And I was like, really? She goes, Dad, they've got the best pints. You'll love. And I'm like, you know, I like other things too, right? She's like what? You were just talking like I didn't know that. What's it called, Franklin? What's the play everyone's into?
So you know this thing that he's doing now. For those of you who are a little bit more clocked in with the psychological analysis and all that shit, is this fake? This thing that he does where he it seems like he's upset that everybody thinks. It seems like he gets annoyed that everybody thinks all he does is drink. But he also seems to be slyly happy everybody remembers that he drinks, because it means that they remember him, thus meaning that he's famous. It's like a weird, it's like a version of a humble brag. Or no, it's a version of like self-deprecation. Weirdly, I don't know what he's doing. It's like he's done this a couple times in the interview already. And then it's like, you know, I don't know why everyone thinks I'm always drinking, but I'm not always drinking. It's just when I'm not drinking, I'm drinking. It's like, what?
The what? Oh, Hamilton.
I didn't know that was
yes!
Franklin. I don't know.
He's also a historical figure.
Yeah,
yes,
true. Yeah, Franklin.
Yes, Franklin. Benjamin.
Yeah, I never.
You'd never heard of the musical.
You'd be shocked what I don't know.
And so once again, if
okay, I'm done. Move on. I'm fucking done. Let's go to podcast cringe. I don't know. What can we say? 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 In conclusion, I think Bert should never be seen on TV without a hat. He should always have a hat on. I think the hat helps him tenfold. Like, he should always have a New Era hat on, as he does usually on his Instagrams and stuff. Never don't wear a hat. If he doesn't wear a hat, he looks fucking weird. That's the first thing. The second thing is, my prediction that Bert will outlive other comedians was definitely off. He's already looking like he's looking really bad. And Sober October is over. He definitely, if he was gonna get fit, he would have gotten fit with fucking Ozempic. And the fact that Tom's been on it and he's lost a bunch of weight and he's working out. If Tom's recent weight loss and the discovery of fucking Ozempic and the invention of Ozempic hasn't got him to get skinny or to try and lose weight or get healthy. Nothing will. So this is going to be what we're going to see until the day the Green Ripper comes a knocking. But he's looking horrendous. He's probably the worst he's ever been in terms of interrupting as well, which kind of, I think, matches up with his level of fame. The more successful and famous he becomes, the more insufferable, just intolerable, annoying he becomes as well, because it seems like the money kind of emboldens him a little bit to make him feel like he doesn't need to like wait for people to like speak first. He doesn't need to ask them questions. He makes everything about himself, every time he sells out an arena or whatever, even though it's with 17 other comics that people want to see, it makes him feel like he's got, he's a much bigger deal than what he actually is. So the fame is actually encouraging him to behave even worse and to kind of indulge in some of his worst habits and shit and traits. So yeah, this is only going to get worse before it gets better. Unfortunately, maybe fortunately for me, because I like watching this stuff that he does and stuff, and but God Almighty, man, God Almighty, this guy's a mess. I can't imagine. Like, it's no surprise that he actually does get on his friends' nerves, like other comedians, and comedians are usually kind of crazy and wacky, and they like to fucking live life on their own terms and whatever. They're all in a state of arrested development. But even the most wackiest, silliest, immature, self-absorbed comedian that will crumble in the presence of Bert. Will crumble. I still remember that fucking story with Joe List where Bert fell out with Joe List, and the way Bert made it sound, it was like Joe List was the worst person ever. And Joe List recounted the story, and it was basically Bert trying to make everything about himself and trying to fucking force fun to someone that doesn't want to have fun the way he wants to have fun. And then he kind of, threw his toys out of the pram. That alone would make me believe, okay, Bert's a horrible hang. Horrible, horrible, horrible hang. And I can't wait to see how this plays out. Really curious to see how it plays out. Really am, because you're already seeing Rogan distance himself from him already. Other people in the comedy scene already distance himself from him already. Even Tom keeps Bert at like an arm's distance. Tom kind of treats Bert like, like he's probably meant to be treated. He knows he's good for the views and for the money, but he's not really in his close inner circle like that, And I get it. I fucking get it, because this guy's exhausting, man. Absolutely exhausting. Anyway, let's move. Podcast cringe on Brendan on Rogan. The title is Brendan Shaw bombs on JRE, embarrasses himself. Let's see what he has to say about this. Actually, before we do this, let's go to the Reddit. Fuck this. Let's go to Reddit first before we do this. Let me actually see what I missed on the Reddit first, and then we'll go to Brendan on podcast cringe. Let's see what we got here. Ari clowns Dalia for being a PDF. Really? What happened here? 2 days ago. So this is when I left.
Oh, legal age of consent in Estonia? Guess
15.
14. 14, baby. 4,
wow.
That's where Chris D'Elia f***ed up. Location.
Oh my God.
Here is a pedophile. Back in Estonia, my man's a gentleman.
Wow.
Okay. Cool. Eric talking about his kid leads Bobby to say his own Chombi has violins in his DNA. What?
Gray knuckles?
Whatever, yeah. No, but anyway, whatever.
So,
go ahead.
As I see this,
yeah.
Wolf got a hold of
Chris.
it.
That's so cute. You know what? It was crazy. Oh, that's the best. There we go. That's the one he's waiting for.
So now, sorry. As you can tell, I'm not used to fucking smoking. My fucking throat feels like a fucking ashtray. So I guess now on the golden hour, they've turned it into watching kids videos of their own kids on the show. God bless the fans on Golden Hour there. If you're a fan of Golden Hour and you watch it every week, God bless you, bro, because I don't know how you put up with it. They're watching videos of their kids on the podcast. Cool, man. Cool.
That's so annoying for you, and I love
Oh my god! And then you want to be a good dad, so
Yeah.
I just have to like
Yeah,
take
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
I just
There
have to
you go,
go,
bro.
Oh,
Yep.
bro, Bossy decided to get into
so fun,
violins, and he came home with a violin. It's so loud.
Oh,
Does he do the thong song on it? Yum, dunk, dunk, dunk.
Bam, 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 bam.
I bet Brendan's gonna say something about the violin being gay or something, right? That's what he's gonna say, innit, right? Because Boston's not into football or whatever. I bet he's gonna say something about the violin being gay. I bet you. Let's see.
But a violin is like, yeah, do your thing, dude.
What is this? What is this song? Yeah, big up Young Vibes.
Drake left a hair in the back of your throat. Angelic face.
You're so dumb, honestly. You are so dumb. You are so dumb. Go fuck yourself, Young God Vibes. Please fuck yourself. Yeah, perfectly timed cough there. Perfectly timed cough. Perfectly timed cough. Oh, God. You guys. Take the sound off, sorry. Condom fish, I guess, right? Yeah, condom fish time. We got the condom fish, man. Them. Oh, God. Actually, what happened to that? Is that die? I prefer this. What happened to this? Hope your chin. Oh, Jesus Christ! Look at the eyebrows. He looks like a caricature, innit? Like the way his face is and the eyebrows. Like, hopefully he brings this back. Hopefully he brings back a little pointed beard here. I need to see that. I need to see that pointed goatee come back. Please, Chin, bring back the pointed goatee. You look so cool. Someone should leave some comments on him, on his profile, telling him how cool he looks with a pointed beard. Maybe he'll bring it back. I need to see this again. I need this. I need this in my life. I need that pointed goatee. Please bring it back, Chin. Please. Please, for the fans. For the fans. Fight Companion 312 bingo. Austin, LA. Oh, yeah. Oh, I should have done this, man. I wish I was here. I would have played this bingo. This is fucking sick. I would have played this fucking Fight Companion bingo. Fight Companion bingo. Fight Compan is hilarious. Compan. Look at the bingo. Austin, the LA fires, the smelling salts, Zuckerberg, talking about his house being on fire, Shane Gillis, mentioning his wife, parroting Rogan, the cigars, Ari Shafir, Mitzi's bar, Elon. Oh yeah, the what you call it? DEI and the fire brigade, I'm guessing. I don't know what the Lake Corocon's about. And these other ones I think are a little bit niche. Not niche, but I don't think they would have mentioned this in the Fire Companion. Maybe this lady here, the fire chief, and maybe Theo too, they probably would have mentioned. But I don't think and Gavin Newsom. But I don't think they would have mentioned what's her fucking name? And RK, I don't think so. But this is a really good bingo spread there. I wish I played, man. I wish I fucking played. Anyway, continuing on. Oh, Coffeezilla. The Coffeezilla mentioned Brendan. Thank him. Coffeezilla here. Rare Coffeezilla appearance.
Whoa. Don't ever want to have a conversation with me. Guys, I'm not intimidating. I don't know what's the problem here. I'm Joe Rogan inches tall, guys. It's not a striking figure here you're going to be scared of. If you meet me in person, you're not going to be like, you know?
I'm Joe Rogan inches tall is fucking I'm Joe Rogan. But I did just notice how small his arms are. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't notice how small he was until I noticed his arms. He really is kind of tiny, isn't it?
Don't ever want to have a conversation
Yeah, he's got little tiny hands.
with me.
Or arms, sorry.
Guys, I'm not intimidating. I don't know what's the problem here. I'm Joe Rogan inches tall, guys. It's not a striking figure here you're going to be scared of. If you meet me in person, you're not going to be like, you know?
Big up Coffeezilla, big up Voidzilla, one of the best channels out there. Fucking love him. Before GH and TRT, there was Joey Twink. He'd slug you in the park with some loose change. Yeah, I just think it's a TRT and shit. It's also just getting older, isn't it? I think most guys like this anyway. Most I guess guys from that part of the world, when they get older, they do look significantly different than when they were younger. They just age a bit differently. So I think Joe was always going to go that way anyway, regardless if he didn't take TRT or whatever. Continuing on. Strictly the top 250, sorry, murderers row allowed in the green room. That's Tulsi and her boyfriend, I'm assuming, with Brett Weinstein and Tony Hinchcliffe and Rogan. You know, nightmare blunt rotation right there. No, thank you. Texas will be the final act. Where does he go from Texas? Okay, cool. I think I spoke about this before. No, is it? No, no, this is another question. What's this about? Where does he go if Texas move fails? Does he start his comedy career again? Does he start hanging out at the mothership? Does the Mexican start hating him for making a move? Where does he go if Texas move fails? He's not gonna go. It's not gonna fail though, is it? It's not gonna fail. It's not going to fail. I don't think I've seen a single Rogan friend fail, really. Rogan seems to go out of his way to make sure his friends don't fail. So it's basically fail proof. If you're one of Rogan's friends, you're basically fail proof. So as long as they keep recording shows and they just stay there, they'll be fine. Nothing will change. I don't think they're gonna fail. If he was gonna fail, he would have failed in LA, you'd imagine, but they didn't fail in LA either. They keep buying stuff, kept moving into bigger studios and shit, so I think they'll be perfectly fine over there. It's just whether or not Brendan has the ability to do something that he's never done before, which is humble himself and go the long route to become a comedian again at the mothership. But then I'm saying that, and I don't think that's true. I don't even think he even wants to be a comedian anymore, to be fair. You don't really hear him talking about stand-up when it relates to himself. He almost talks about stand-up as if it's something that other people do, that he's never done, you know? He's very detached from it. So I don't even think he wants to do stand-up. I don't really get that feeling at all. So maybe he just goes and just podcasts, which is weird as well. Because you'd imagine maybe to easily get himself back in that community and scene, stand-up would be much easier if he was doing it. You know, he might earn some credit with some people as well. But I think he'll be fine, man. I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue. I really don't think. I'm just surprised more so that fucking Joanna wants to go. I'm not going to lie. Because she seems like a LA girl through and through. I'm surprised she's willing to swap Beverly Hills and the Hidden Hills and Runyon Canyon for Austin, Texas. I didn't think she'd go there at all, but I guess she has no choice really in the matter. So I think they'll be fine. I think people are making more out of it than what it needs to be. Rogan's there. They're basically guaranteed to succeed. There's no fail of Rogan's there. They see Rogan's one of their best friends. Rogan also protects him in a way. Still has him part of his inner circle, even though he kind of, has ditched him a bit. They still do fight companions together, so they'll be perfectly fine, in my personal opinion. I don't think there'll be a problem there whatsoever. But I could be wrong. Maybe that's famous last words for me, but who knows? Here's another one. Okay, here we go. It beginneth. What's this one about?
So riled up. Anybody from Dagestan?
It's the first thing.
So riled up. Anybody from Dagestan?
It drives me nuts. One more time.
So riled up. Anybody from Dagestan?
Okay, damn, Matt, be cool, man. Not even 30 minutes in, you're already throwing shade.
DC would clearly say the only reason why I'm heavyweight champion is because Kane's not fighting.
Dude, I'll never forget when Kane was fighting. I was on the same card. I fought Gonzaga. Yeah, that was the fight he fought Lesnar. And when we're doing the fucking pre-shoot stuff, he took his shirt off, and I'm like waiting to go. And he has that brown pride. Yeah. And I looked at the guy doing the video stuff. I go,
are you allowed to be on Fight Companion if you don't want to smoke a cigar? Do you have to smoke it? Like, if you say no, will Rogan look at you weird? Will you not be invited on the next one? Like, can you not just say no if you don't want to smoke it? Or do you have to pretend you want to smoke it, even though you can't really smoke it, even though you don't really smoke them?
Hey, if I put white pride, is that cool? And he goes, dude, just shut the fuck up.
That did not happen.
That wouldn't go over too big.
Yeah, you're allowed to have brown
how's it
pride.
different?
You're allowed
How's
to
it
have brown.
different?
Well, because the Mexicans didn't really subjugate the white people in recent memory.
It's a little different.
It's a little different.
Let me pull out my history book. Let me pull out some history.
It's a big difference.
The way Callan wears sandals and the way Callan holds his cigars drives me nuts. That drives me nuts. Have you ever seen anybody hold a cigar like that? Or even a cigarette? In case you're not seeing what I'm seeing, he's holding a cigar between his two fingers. Between, two of his fingers basically. Or between in the middle of his main four fingers. I don't know, I can't even describe it correctly. But it's in between his second finger and his middle finger. Like, what the fuck is going on? Have you ever seen anybody hold a cigar like that in your life? Like that? Like, who holds a cigar like this? Like, what the fuck is that? Who holds a cigar like that? Who holds a cigar like that? Who? Look at that. Fucking hell, bro. What type of... He's probably the type of person that holds his pen like this as well, isn't it, right? With his entire... Like he's stabbing something.
We stole their whole country.
And
what's with this
living
world
in the
stuff?
past.
Did you guys see Cat Williams in Phoenix?
No.
We lit
Did
up
you
that
see
dude?
that? Oh
No.
my God! Not only did he lit up that dude, he had the whole crowd chanting "America."
Yeah, dude.
He's like,
What did he do?
"Motherfucker, this ain't Mexico. This is Phoenix."
That's actually a good impression of Cat Williams, not gonna lie. That's actually a good Cat Williams impression.
America.
Yeah, dude.
He's like,
What did he do?
"Motherfucker, this ain't Mexico. This is Phoenix." It was incredible.
You had
a heckler? You had a heckler?
Oh,
Yeah.
he had a heckler in Phoenix, and
Some about Mexicans and Cat just
Bro, the
fucking
last-
lights him
I
on
saw
fire.
Cat Williams at the Comedy Store one time. He was so fucking good. He was so, like, I've been doing this for 30 years. He was like, and he was playing.
You look like you've been doing it for 100 years, but then you suck so bad that it makes me wonder if you've even done it for 10 years. Bragging about how long you've done comedy when your comedy consists of you talking about how you want to be Spanish and you want to ride horses or you want to run really fast and have big legs. I wouldn't brag about doing comedy for 3 decades if that's the type of comedy that I'm doing. I'm not going to lie. I'll just probably lie and say I've only been doing it for 5 years.
Playing with the band and stuff like that. He's one of the greats.
Did you see him on
One of
Theo's
the greats.
podcast?
No.
Because he's kind of does a character, and he's doing his thing. But Theo,
A character and he's kind of doing his thing. What's his thing? Being himself. Cat's got a character he doesn't know. Okay.
so fucking funny. He breaks like 3 times. He just can't. He just can't.
Oh, really?
Because Theo's talking about black ducks. He goes, "You need to get you some black ducks, dude."
Theo's
It's so
out of his
funny.
mind. He's the best.
He broke Cat like 4 times. dude.
Really?
Bro,
Yeah. It's
how
the
about
best.
when he was talking?
I don't like how much he's mentioning Theo, a white man, breaking Cat. I don't know. There's something about breaking, butt breaking, whip breaking that's just a bit. Don't know. I don't like that vernacular. I'm not gonna lie. And then every time it switches to Callan and he's holding the fucking cigar in between his fingers like that, it's driving me nuts. Like, this is just like a, this is very triggering. This whole clip is triggering.
To the president, and he was saying, "Man, that cocaine will turn you into a damn owl."
Have you seen that report turning a damn owl?
I saw that.
And Trump's all.
Trump's like, "What the fuck?
president of the
He's
United
just talking
States.
about cocaine." But that is like really probably what Trump needed. He needed those kind of interviews.
Which comedians was he shitting on when he said your friends aren't funny?
I don't know.
Matt, Sarah, you fucking G. That's the question we all want to know. That's the $1 million question. And if Rogan was actually a comedian, if Rogan actually had thick skin, if Rogan actually was this like badass, I don't give a fuck, freedom of speech warrior, there's no such thing as cancel culture, we are the elite assassin, it's a good conversation to have. Like, even in a funny way, it's a good conversation to kind of broach and talk about. Even in a funny way, like, Cat's crazy, but I get what he means. Like, I don't know, just even just talk about it even jokingly. Just, is there even an acknowledgement? I wonder if he even acknowledges the fact that his friends are largely unfunny. to most people. Or, not even that. Maybe Bert's a good example because comedy's subjective. Let's say most of Rogan's friends, their fame in relating to the quality of their stand-up comedy is very disproportionate. It doesn't really match up. Like Bert's fame when it comes to comedy, maybe it's also tied in with his success and popularity on podcasts, but the way Bert is famous for his stand-up doesn't really match the quality of his stand-up. And most of that has to do with Rogan. Because he's friends with Rogan, Rogan supercharged those guys, gave them a boost, put them on his platform, and they blew them up. And that's allowed them to kind of, use some of that fame to increase their, whatever, when it comes to comedy and everything else that they do. So naturally, they wouldn't be as funny, you would imagine. Because they're more fake. Like, I think Tom and Bert, even Tom would be a good example because he was funny before, but I think both of those guys are probably way more famous than they are funny. I don't think people are going to see Tom and Bert because they think they're super funny. They're going to see them because they like them on the podcast and just want to support. You'd imagine anyway, because the comedy is fucking awful. So I'd love it if Rogan would at least try. He would never do it because admitting that would also admit that you're kind of a gatekeeper in it in a weird way, and he tries to act like comedy there is no gatekeeping, which there isn't, to be fair. Stand-up comedy, all you do need is the ability to write good jokes and go on stage and tell them, and you could also be the next big thing. But there's no denying if you're Rogan's friend, it does help, and I don't like that he doesn't acknowledge that. That's what I don't like. I don't like the disingenuous part of like not acknowledging that you're one of the famous people in the world. You happen to be a comedian, and if you have one of these comedians on your pod, people are going to instantly think that person's good, even though they're not as good as they are. And also, Rogan does a good job of like selling comedians onto people, trying to make people fucking believe that they're fucking amazing. But let's see how he replies.
Not to make it awkward.
Listen,
Why
said
would
that,
he do that?
He said that because he thought for some crazy reason that I didn't want to have him on. Like,
Of course. Everyone that criticizes your friends and says they're not like, it's not even like a criticism like that's mean. It's an observation. No, it's an opinion of what they do. Your guys are not funny. It's because they are not in your inner circle. It's because they think you don't want them on their show. It's basically a form of hating. Which is true in some respect because there's not a lot of people in Rogan's circle who actually are honest about how everybody in the group isn't that funny, They all kind of pretend they're all fucking killers and shit. So maybe there's some truth to it because no one really is honest about. Even Ari, who talks quite honestly about our comedians, he's not really honest about other people in his circle who are also Rogan's friends. Look at Dave Smith. Dave Smith fucking doesn't shout up about politics, but the moment you mention Rogan around him, he fucking shuts up real quick. He doesn't want to fuck up that check. He doesn't want to fuck up that connect. So they are all quite disingenuous. They always talk about how, comedy's a great equalizer and all this malarkey. If you're not funny, you don't belong on the stage, all this sort of shit. But there's a lot of people within the inner circle who are friends of Rogan who are terrible at stand-up. But because they're friends of Rogan, they get some level of success. But will those guys call it out? Of course not.
Like somehow or another that he would be showing up people or something like because he's so good. Maybe he thought that because he's isolated. That's not. He doesn't know me that well. The first time I met him was in the studio.
Yeah.
I love Cat Williams. I've always been a fan. I've always talked about Pimp Chronicles. It's fucking fantastic. It's so good. He's so.
Hold on. Saying Cat Williams is isolated is a little bit insulting. As if like your guys are the be all and end all of like comedy, community stuff, whatever it is. Really strange way to kind of. I know he doesn't probably mean it that way, but it does kind of come across a little bit of like he's isolated. Haven't you ever thought maybe he doesn't want to be in your inner circle? Doesn't want to be associated with those guys? Like he just wants to do his own thing. But if you do your own thing, you're not as funny. You have to do your thing around those guys to see it, for you to be widely known as being funny. If you're not doing it within Rogan's orbit, it doesn't count. Okay.
While and I've actually taken advice from him. There's two pieces of advice that I took from an interview that he did once that I use to this day. One, he said I never eat before a show. He said don't eat. He goes, I want to be hungry. Better off being hungry. My brain works better. And then two, he said I have a music playlist that I make that just gets me in the mood to do a show.
I'm not gonna lie. I think most men do this. Like you want a pat on the back for saying the most obvious thing. But Rogan being a grown ass man, having to hear another grown ass man say, "Hey, maybe before you perform, don't have a full meal, and also play some tunes before you go on stage to get you in the mood." Having to hear that from another man and not realizing that yourself is kind of insane. Being a professional comedian, doing talk shows, doing TV shows, and never once thinking, hey, maybe eating a full fucking steak and potatoes before I go and perform isn't the greatest idea in the world. And maybe, I don't know, slapping on some tunes in the fucking green room might get me in the mood to do my best work on stage or whatever. Having Cat Williams be the person that gives you that insight is ridiculous, bro. Like, come on, man. How do you not know this by yourself? He probably found this out in his like 40s or something as well, by the way. So fucking crazy.
Show. And so I'm like, that's a good idea. And from then on, I started carrying around like a Bluetooth machine, like a Bluetooth boombox.
Yeah.
And
A Bluetooth machine, a Bluetooth boombox. You mean a Bluetooth speaker? Fucking, how old is he, man? A Bluetooth machine, a Bluetooth boombox. You mean a speaker? Really?
bring in, and then the green room playlist that we have on Spotify. That's all the songs.
But it's no
like
different what
35
athletes do.
hours.
Ooh, the green room spot. Like, this guy, bro. I know I think sometimes I have a tendency to sound like this when I'm talking about nightclubs. But even I know it's all fake, it's all nonsense, it doesn't really matter, right? I can speak about nightclubs and DJs I've seen and what I've done and shit and how fun it's been, but really and truly deep down, I know it doesn't really matter. It's a bit pathetic. But I think Rogan actually believes like every night he's at the coolest place in the world. Like everyone wants to be there. This is the place. The fucking green room playlist. Like what? You got a bit of Creedence Clearwater Revival, like you think like you're doing something. Like, okay, cool, man. Congrats. You know how playlist works. You know how to connect a Bluetooth speaker to your phone. Well done.
It's smart. You guys should do it. That's what athletes do.
It was a smart thing. I was thinking, I was like, why don't I do that? Like, that makes sense. Like, you want to turn it into a little bit of a party.
Yes.
You get that.
Hey, yo, by the way, big up Unique. I did watch his video recently, but Unique is back. People are saying that he's back from what do you call it? From rehab? I don't know where you guys got that from. I don't think he mentioned it in the video that he posted recently. But big up Unique, good to see him back. But the clickbait was fucking awful. I think he titled it something like, "Oh, Brendan admits he's not a comedian," and it was just because of that little thing he said here at the end. Just this little bit that Brendan said here. You guys should do that. Honestly, I miss Unique, but I don't miss the clickbaits. I don't miss the fucking clickbait.
And the green room playlist that we have on Spotify. That's all the songs.
But it's no
like
different what
35
athletes do.
hours.
It's smart. You guys should do it. That's what athletes do.
It was
I was like, Jesus Christ. How could he title a video based on something some guy said right at the last second of the clip? Fucking brilliant clickbait, by the way, because I clicked the fucking video and I watched the whole thing. But, you know, come on. He's not really saying you guys as in I'm not a comedian. They're the ones talking about it. You know what I mean? It's a bit of a weird turn of phrase, I understand. But Jesus Christ. Big up Unique though. Big up Unique. Good to see him back. Good to see him back. And it's never gonna happen because it's gone now, it's too late, but I really would have wanted Rogan to like address the point that Cat Williams was trying to make about all these friends not being funny, because it does speak to a little bit how Rogan approaches comedy, because he's in this idea that comedy is just like, you know, it's this really prestigious art form. It really does make men, it really does separate the men from the boys, you know. But he also he's also a kingmaker in that regard, podcasting wise and also stand-up comedy wise. So it would be good for him to approach how weird, because he's clearly got an issue with it, I think, in my opinion. Just as fucking stupid theory. I think Rogan does have an issue a little bit with how much of a kingmaker he is to stand-up comedy, with how he treated Brendan. I think the Brendan situation was a good example. Maybe the Brendan thing is kind of a bit personal because he said some things about Rogan and he pissed off Bobby Lee. But I think the fact that Rogan went out of his way to completely ice Brendan out from the comedy side of things, I think is a reflection of how he's probably acknowledged that he may have empowered the wrong people. He maybe have put the battery in the back of the wrong people or the most unfunny ones, and it's kind of fucked up everything because now nobody takes what he says seriously anymore. Rogan, when it comes to comedy, he completely ruins his reputation with Brendan, you know, and he probably never recover from it, especially now with his comedy being terrible too. But it would be good for him to address or talk about it, because that point does need to be like spoken about at some point. Like, why are all your friends so bad? You know, like there's a couple of good ones, but majority of them are pretty shit. The ones that are, especially the ones that are in Rogan's inner circle, like, you know, especially his best friend Tony Hinchcliffe. He's terrible. He's a rubbish at stand up. So it's like, but he's meant to be a murderer. You guys are all murderers, but everyone's life is blunt. I don't know. Next clip. Zuck and Musk bingo spots taken care of.
Because I bow hunt. I went, thank you, God.
I love
because I saw Joe go.
Love the new Zuckerberg.
I saw Joe go. Do you?
No,
what
I
kind of
think-
bow do you use?
I think he.
I don't think you'll find another show or another episode or another guest that will talk to Joe about stuff they've heard Joe say on the pod as much as Brendan and Brian will when they come on a Fight Companion. They suck Joe off real well. Most people, when they go on Rogan, even if they're fans of Rogan, they're kind of shy about mentioning how much of a fan they are, or they kind of play dumb when it comes to Rogan mentions something. They'll pretend like they never heard it before, but they clearly have, you know, or they'll pretend that they're unaware of a story that he's going to mention. They'll mention it, let him mention it again, just because they want to hear him say it in person. But Brendan and Brian will go out of their way to remind Joe just how much of a fan they are by mentioning details of a show that they watch. Because I definitely believe if there's one thing Brendan doesn't watch and pay attention to is fucking JRE. But this is nauseating already. Like, God almighty.
He just forgot his bow.
Oh,
he
you're
forgot
full
the
of
name of his
shit.
bow.
No.
Listen, there's levels to this shit. I would never forget my bow, but I'm a fanatic. Like
He's new.
I
He's
shoot
new at it.
archery every day.
Yeah, because you shoot bows and arrows.
Yeah, he does.
Look at how he's looking at him, man. Look at Matt Serra's eyes. Looking at him, it's all like, what? You never ever see Brendan this happy on a pod unless he's talking to Rogan. You never see him this happy unless he's talking to Rogan. He fucking adores that man. Legitimately adores him. Legitimately adores that man. Look at the smile. Look at the glee.
This video of
he
him
has.
doing it. No. He definitely
That's
has.
like saying I
an-
play laser tag.
He definitely
Oh,
bow
I love
hunts
laser
pigs.
tag. Me
He
too.
lives
Why
on
not?
an island. He has an island in Kauai that's
Sure.
infested with wild pigs. He does hunt them. I've seen videos of him doing it.
I've seen him.
It's just
Zuckerberg.
someone gives him a bow. He doesn't look at it. He doesn't care. Somebody teaches him how to shoot. He doesn't know what release he has. If I said, "What do you have? You have a stand? You have a wise
He's too rich
guy?
for that
What do you
shit.
have?
He's
What do you
too
have?
rich for that. Why
do you
would he-
use a hinge? Do you have a?
What do you mean he's too rich for that? Do you think so? Rogan isn't rich. That's why he's. Oh, shut up! I don't do it.
But my favorite part, you can tell, like, if you're gonna talk bows with Joe or pool or even cars, you better come correct.
Yeah, but this
so I
can't
just
be
know when he
fake.
goes.
Yo, big up Joseph in the chat. Yeah, that's not true, AC. If he's talking and watching himself, he's happier. Yeah, I'm remembering that clip. I forgot which one it was. I think it was on the Shorb show where he's like, no, I think it was on TFATK where he shows a clip of himself and he starts miming. Do you guys remember that? We were watching that. Like, he was, I don't know what he saw of himself on his Instagram, but he started miming, like, you know, involuntary. He started miming what he was saying in the clip of his Instagram and giggling. Like, wow. Like, most people get embarrassed when they show videos of themselves to their friends. This guy fucking laughs. He loves every minute of it. So yeah, maybe the only thing that makes Brendan smile more than Rogan is his own reflection. Maybe. Oh, legend.
Yeah.
I bow hunt, and I thought, oh, buddy.
But this is Zuckerberg 2.0, and I love it. He
You talking
looks
about the
great.
bro Zuckerberg?
He's
He looks
doing
awesome.
he's doing testosterone. He's doing jiu-jitsu.
He's awesome.
I don't know if he's doing test. I hope he's doing test.
I think he is.
But he certainly looks a lot thicker.
He looks great.
When he came,
Yep, Young Obama, I don't think Brendan likes Rogan. He just needs to use him. No, I think he likes him. I think, especially now, I think maybe in the past he probably was a bit more user whatever, had more of a user thing with Rogan. But I think now, ever since everybody is like kind of ever since he's been kind of excommunicated from the comedy scene, I think Brendan has learned to appreciate Rogan more, because Rogan's kind of been the only one that stuck by him. Like everyone else has kind of ditched Brendan and Brian Callen, but Rogan and maybe Bert Kreischer are the only people that have kind of stuck by them, because I can't think of any other prominent comedian in that circle who's appeared on TFATK since the fallout with Bobby Lee, because that seemed to be the breaking point for everybody, and everyone chose sides, and they all, unfortunately for these guys, they all chose Bobby Lee. And I think Rogan and Bert have been the only people who've kind of stuck by them. Obviously Rogan hasn't been on TFATK since or ever, but he has had them on the show since that time, so it's proof that Rogan's okay with them still, even though the rest of the comedy community isn't.
I was laughing at him. I'm like,
and really, it's not really a community, is it? It's just Rogan's friends. It's not really a fucking community. These motherfuckers will stab each other in the back. There is no community there.
neck looks bigger.
Yeah.
Look at your neck.
Yes. He turned into a conservative.
Yes. Guess
well,
what?
it's convenient, yeah.
Well, also hard work makes you think that way.
Fuck yeah.
Hard work physically makes you like appreciate some masculine aspects of life.
Do I need a light?
What? What? Hard work is masculine. Okay, whatever, man. Yo, whatever, man. Whatever you say, bro. Whatever you say. You got it. You got it, Rogan. You got it. Spoiler alert. Brendan spoils the end of Nosferatu. Okay, I'm good with that one. Talking about Africa, the country.
Vince Wrestling doesn't care about that. I mean, once he closed distance, it'd be a problem for Connor.
Oh, it's always going to be a problem, but Connor was...
Fucking hell. I'm sorry, but look at the way that he smokes that cigar, please. Look at the way he's placing it. Who holds a cigar like that? I've never seen anybody hold a cigar with their two fingers. It's so bizarre. Why don't you just hold it there? Why are you holding it like that? Oh, yeah. And the way the band is on, the head's, I don't know, everything's a mess.
So fucking good on his feet back then.
So good. Yeah. So elusive, too.
Oh, my God. Jake Matthews is walking the stage.
Oh, that's a brilliant clip. That's a brilliant clip. Oh, my God. The parroting is brilliant there. That was so good in the parrot clip.
His feet back then.
So good. Yeah. So elusive, too.
Oh, my God. Jake Matthews.
Hold on, one more time.
It's going to be a problem, but Connor was so fucking good on his feet back then.
So good. Yeah. So elusive, too.
Oh, my God. Jake Matthews is walking the stage down.
Get him out of there. He's put on this. If you're the first fight in the main card, you're there to finish.
Well, also, he's trying to make a name for himself, and he's in Australia, home country, the whole deal.
Prado's in this.
That's where he's from, right?
Yes.
Isn't he from?
I think he is. He's Australian.
Yeah, you have to have your hometown boys when you have a fight on a card in the motherland.
That's why poor Strickland going back there.
Yeah, but Trickus is from South Africa. It's like it's kind of neutral ground. The same area. Same area.
Strickland going back there? What, you mean Australia? To fight Drake? Oh my God, bro. He's so aggressively dumb in it. So Australia is like Africa because it begins with an A. Is that why? Because both places... I don't know what to say. Whatever.
Same area. Oh, yeah, it's just different continent, but you know what I mean.
Totally close.
Closer than fucking Vegas where Strickland is.
Yeah, not much.
I just rewatched that one.
That's got to be a bitch, though, Matt. Do you ever fight and have to get
Hold
ready
on,
for
D, how'd you score it?
He got embarrassed. See, he got made to feel dumb, right? About confusing Africa for Australia, and then to reassert his dominance and to make himself feel good, he had to son Callan. Callan had to be the sacrificial lamb. Callan had to get sacrificed for him to feel good. To restore whatever insecurities he had to fucking throw Callan under the bus and give Callan that shh. And Callan shut up instantly, by the way. Fucking cut Callan, shut up instantly. He didn't even question what Brendan said there.
much.
I just rewatched that one.
That's got to be a
earlier
bitch,
today.
though, Matt.
How'd
Do
you
you ever
score
fight? Do you ever fight and have to get
Hold
ready
on,
for?
D, how'd you score it?
It was
'Cause
so
I gave it
close.
Strickland.
What's that? You gave it to Strickland?
Yeah.
I love that, by the way. Classic Brendan. How did you score it? The guy takes a second too long to answer. Brendan then answers for him. I saw it's like, bro, you asked him a question. Can you not let him answer the question, or you gonna tell him your answer? What? What an interesting way to talk to people.
Peaches, delight.
Oh, that was fucking brilliant, man. Honestly, that was fucking brilliant. Gets embarrassed, and then immediately goes and goes to be mean to Callan, and Callan, of course, acquiesces because Callan loves it. Was that on purpose or really, dude?
I said he looks a lot better since his rehabilitation. He's doing a lot of stem cells. Matt Serra.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me.
Matt Hughes.
Matt Hughes.
Thank you. I'm feeling
Sorry.
Yeah, I was like,
Matt,
yeah, he's
no,
right
you
there.
always look great. But Matt Hughes got hit by a fucking train.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
and so
Now,
his
was that on
recovery.
purpose?
No. His car fucking stalled out or something. I don't know what happened.
I don't know, but it's depressing.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, either way, it sucks.
What are you talking? What the fuck are you introducing to the conversation? Jesus
A man
Christ.
can't ask questions.
I can't ask a few. I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
It's a train track like it's
Even
Looney
if
Tunes.
it
I
was,
don't know.
This is why fighters don't like him, innit? This is why other fighters don't like him, because that's maybe a joke that would work well if you're like a podcaster, or you're a streamer, or you're just some random person talking on the internet. But when you're a former fighter yourself, and you know how stressful, difficult that job is, challenging, blah 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 blah, you have a different level of sensitivity and respect and understanding for fighters and what they get up to and how hard it is. So you probably wouldn't make that type of joke, you know? Especially not on Rogan. You might make it behind the scenes in private, but you wouldn't make it on Rogan. But this guy is so... I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe as well, to cut him some slack, he actually is trying to be funny. But the way he tries to be funny is to be mean, you know? His only way to be funny, it's like a proper bully shit. The only way he can be funny is at the expense of somebody else, but in like a mean way. Like, you know, only he's the one laughing. But if you do that to him, he's going to tell you he's going to twist your neck off, you know? That's the thing. He doesn't take it. So he's okay doing this to other people, but if somebody else joked about him like this on Rogan, he'd be on that phone so quick, you know? He'd be fucking bitching, complaining, and moaning about it. So he can definitely dish it, but he definitely can't take it, which is the worst type of person. And he's going to run to fucking Rogan to cry about it. But yeah, that was a very insensitive thing to say. And very poor form considering he's a former fighter.
Maybe.
That's hilarious. But yeah, what can you do? Standard Brendan. Don't be too surprised at what he does. Well, I guess Christopher Reeves is technically paralyzed as well as dead. What?
What happened to the original Superman?
Hold on. He got
Which
fucking.
one? The guy who
Broke
rode the
his
horse?
neck and died. What do you say?
Which one is?
Matt,
Christopher
I'm
Reeves?
with you.
No,
on
not
this.
Christopher Reeves. He's
The guy from the
paralyzed.
TV
I'm
show.
talking about the last guy.
Oh,
No, Christopher Reeves is paralyzed. You mean he's dead? Yes, he got paralyzed, but he's also not alive. No, Christopher Reeves. He's paralyzed. Oh my god, this guy, man. This guy might be one of the dumbest people I've ever seen in my entire life. He honestly is incredible, man. He fucking is incredible. Not Christopher Reeves. He's paralyzed. Well, honestly, one more time. I need that. One more time.
What happened to the original Superman?
Hold on. He got
Which
fucking.
one? The guy who
Broke
rode the
his
horse?
neck and died. What do you say?
Which one is?
Matt,
Christopher
I'm
Reeves?
with you.
No,
on
not
this.
Christopher Reeves. He's
The guy from the
paralyzed.
TV
I'm
show.
talking about the last guy.
Oh,
Not Christopher Reeves. He's paralyzed. Oh, fucking brilliant. Oh, fucking brilliant. Anyway. the cracks are starting to show in the anti-electric car nonsense.
What is drive? Is that your shirt? Drive fast, all gas, bro. Where's mine? Give me
got
one of them
for you, dog.
bitches.
I
Come
don't-
on,
you can't-
dog.
you drove
I
me a
like
Tesla.
those.
I
I
don't
like
know.
those.
But
I like the way it looks. Was it?
Yeah. I told you, man. Brendan will be fine, bro. Brendan will be fine. Brendan will be fine. Rogan loves Brendan still. He will be fine in Austin, Texas. He's never gonna fail. You know, it's like what's that Kanye line? I wrote Jesus walks, so I'm never gonna fail. Or something. Is that one of those lines? Brendan knows Rogan. He's never gonna fail. You know, he knows Rogan. He's never, ever, ever gonna fail.
Does it say in the back? Anti-electric vehicle club.
Turning your back like that and then looking at the guy like that from behind is incredibly sus. Like, did you stick it in? Like, do you know what I mean? Stick it in, it's okay. Stick it in, it's all good, it's all good. Stick it in quickly. Stick it in. They're wasting time for. You know, like, where he's looking back at Rogan, that smile on his face is wow.
Oh, how dare you?
Well, no, you
That's
can drive
good.
it in your fucking
You
Super
drove
Snake.
here in an electric vehicle.
I
You
didn't
son
ask
of
for
a-
that. I asked for your GT fucking Ford GT.
Your electric vehicle is something else. Though. I'm a little jealous, and I'm not in the car.
But like I was telling you, I did.
Was Brian trying to like get something for free there? The way he's like awkwardly, coyly turning away. Did Brian mention that in the hopes that Rogan will say, "Yeah, just have my car, man. I'm a rich guy, innit? Have it, just take it." Oh, these guys. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but these guys, man, like, is it never enough? He has you in your group. You know, you're in his inner circle. You can basically go on the show when you want, basically, if you want to. You're always on a fight companion. There's still not enough. You want what? 3 cars now? Fucking hell.
You know, my thing was I was so angry at Newsom trying to ban combustion engines.
Yeah.
I like fucking had so much anger, but now I'm moving to Austin. It's kind of leaving.
Good. Tesla's got a fat.
So so in essence, Brendan's strongly held political beliefs sorry, are not strongly held at all. His strongly held political beliefs, ideological beliefs are not strongly held whatsoever. As soon as he moves to another state, now suddenly he's bending. He's a bit more malleable. He's softening. So you're not anti Gavin Newsom anymore because you don't live in LA, or because you're gonna be what? Around more electric cars. You're gonna be exposed to more, which I don't think makes sense because I think you'd imagine LA probably has way more people that drive electric cars than Austin. Probably. I don't know if I'm right or wrong there, but yeah, what an interesting fella. So you don't really believe anything you say, then, do you, mate? Eh? Hey.
Factory here.
I know, and there's
Get yourself
American
one.
as it gets.
I'm getting one.
Get yourself a Cybertruck and put the Fighter and the Kid logo all over it. Just drive around town like a
We
pariah.
need a revamp. Let's go, baby.
Yeah, Brian definitely wants some free stuff. We need a revamp. Let's go, baby. Brian definitely wants a free Cybertruck. He's trying to say it loudly so maybe Elon would reach out. Brian's being a little bit too desperate here. He's being a little bit too... He's being a little bit too much of a freeloader. I think Brian wants some free stuff.
Callan drive that.
Fuck,
Those
I'll drive
things
Callan
look
will drive
so
it.
I will.
odd.
You know I'll drive
I'll
it.
do that for you, Callan.
Can I get a clip here, a clipper? Can I get a clip here, a clipper? But it was all haphazard.
Pick up. I love it. Oh God. Presented without comment. Okay, he's holding it correctly there, but I still hate the way he's smoking that cigar. He's holding it correctly, but I still hate how he smokes it. Honestly, it's so amazing how these grown-ass men, like, how much Rogan literally, like, is so important to them. You know, they would probably never do us on any other pod, like how they kind of are ready to do anything and anything that guy wants to do just to fit in, you know, just to appear cool, just to make sure that he likes you still. Fuck, man, these people, these fucking people. Cool. Let's continue. We did that. Presented with that context. What's another one here? Brendan wants everyone to know he could beat the shit out of a woman.
It's like going to electric cars. You'll never do it.
Brian, if she wanted to have sex with you, you'd be very uncomfortable that she could kill you.
Yeah, she might be my type because I'm
Guys, I'm a fan of her too. I would beat the shit out of her.
Yeah, but you're
cool,
280
man.
pounds.
You just said I'd be scared of her.
Not you,
No, me.
Brian.
I thought you were talking me. Oh, that's why I said that.
No,
You know,
Brian. If Brian.
Didn't he clearly say Brian? And he was talking about whoever the girl was to Brian before that. So why would he have said Brendan? He tried to say that, innit? To like sound funny or cool or edgy or something. He was clearly talking to Brian the entire exchange. And then why would Brendan then think you mentioned his name? What? Let me hear that one more time.
It's like going to electric cars. You'll never do it.
Brian's talking to Jorah now.
Brian, if she wanted to have sex with you, you'd be very uncomfortable.
Rogan says Brian, she would. So Rogan's replying to what Brian said.
That she could kill you.
Yeah, she might be my type.
Brian replies directly to what Rogan said to him.
Guys.
And then Brendan just shoehorns his way, crowbars his way into conversation, and makes it all about himself in an attempt to be, I guess, funny.
Guys, I'm a fan of her too. I would beat the shit out of her.
Yeah, but you're
cool,
280 pounds.
You just said I'd be scared of her.
Not you,
me.
Brian.
I thought you were talking me.
No,
that's why I said that.
No,
You know,
Brian. If Brian.
Yeah. I don't know. Either that's just his poor comprehension skills, inability to read the room, or just everything above him being redacted. But yeah, a part of me feels like he knew they weren't talking about him, but he wanted to say what he wanted to say, so he just saw the opportunity and took it. But yeah. Okay, cool, man. Congrats. You can be up a woman. Great for you. Great for you. Bape's parroting to the max tonight.
It around, man.
Look at
Again,
this.
this
Boom,
is huge. So she's got this round.
Yeah, she's winning this round.
for sure.
So it's 1-1 now.
1-1.
Making it exciting.
Yeah.
It's 1.
Oh my god. I just realized that. It's 1-1 now. It's 1-1. One more time. What's
round, man.
Look at
Again,
this.
this is
Boom,
huge. So she's got this round.
Yeah, she's winning this round.
for sure.
So it's 1-1 now.
1-1.
Making it exciting.
Yeah.
It's 1-1, and if I was betting on this, I would. It's tough to
Back to
Tatiana
China.
Better get
She's got to get busy.
Wow. If I was betting on this and then he stumbles because he doesn't want to say the wrong thing, waits for Rogan to say what he says, then he just agrees. That was wild.
It's 1-1, and if I was betting on this, I would. It's tough to
Back to
Tatiana
China.
Better get
She's got to get busy.
another one for China.
She would have had that.
The fact that Zhang Weili's able to keep her on her back is very impressive.
Yep.
Very, very impressive.
He made a joke about China and thought Matt Serra was laughing with him, but he wasn't. He was looking directly at the TV. He made some joke about being, I guess, anti-Chinese because he's like American and white, but Matt Serra wasn't giving him any joy.
Gotta get busy.
Another one for China.
She would have had that.
The fact that Zhang Weili's able to keep her on her back is very impressive.
Yep.
Very, very impressive. Especially when Tatiana's so good at those butterflies and elevating her.
But she's been working nothing but wrestling. She knew she was going to deal with this.
We all knew she was going to do it.
Yeah, but somebody who like this is that her learning curve.
I
is
bet
different.
Tatiana did not think she was going to spend a lot of time
No.
on her back.
No,
I bet she did not anticipate that Zhang Weili was going to be able to do this to her.
especially in the
Because
scrambles.
Tatiana's been dominant in the top position over everybody. To take and then also
Dominant. God almighty, bro. The parroting is just crazy. Me and Rogan like the same things. It's just like, ay. At least be a contrarian or something. I guess not. That's another one. What's this? Wow, this is a surprise.
It's me, Antonio Banderas.
BGL.
When I use my Bosch fridge, it makes me feel different.
Congrats to BGL. Congrats to Blood Clot BGL.
It makes me feel like Antonio Banderas.
Well, I hear you, brother.
Because when I use my Bosch power tools, I feel like the Macho Man Randy Savage. You dig it?
I do dig it, Randy.
Whip it! Powerful power tools.
Phenomenal appliances.
Rotary hammers.
Dishwashers.
Miter sauce.
Induction cooktops.
Randy! Coming! Impact drivers.
Refrigerators.
Watch this. Elbow! The more you
Yeah.
Bosch, the more you feel like a...
Yeah, big up BGO. Big up BGO. Real comedy shit. Real comedy shit. That's what you get. That's what you get when you go to, what's it, the San Francisco University of Comedy or whatever he went to. Big up. Finally paying dividends, that fucking university. Trying to explain the Super Bowl commercial. So that's hilarious. Listen to this. Breaking Bad meme. So BGO is going to be in a Super Bowl commercial. Bappa is going to go crazy on his next podcast. BGO, Bappa. BGO, Helen Mark Harley. He used to work for Bappa on these podcasts. Bappa never paid BGO and went on a rant on the subreddit. Anyways, now he's going to a Super Bowl commercial, and us homeless cats can't wait to hear what Bappa Shaw has to say. Jesse, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah. Try to describe some of this Bappa verse, Jerry verse shit to like people who are like your regular friends or family. It's always hilarious. Look at you like you're a weirdo. Like, why are you wasting your time with this shit? You know, some of them some of them will instantly change how they look at you forever. So it's best to keep it to yourself, in case they don't ever look at you the same way. Let's continue. Super Bosch Bash.
Of my dreams, and also out of my car. A guide to your restraining order.
Jesus Christ. Big up Luana. Big up Luana. Big up the best couple on social media. Big them up. Big them up. Big them up. What is it called? No, it doesn't. Papa, Matt Sarah knows it. What's this all about?
Fox and CNN ratings are suck cock. Final Kid gets more views.
Yeah, it's at this point, it's so.
No one watches that shit. I think he meant Fox, but it sounded like he said it about the Fight and the Kid. I think he meant to say that about Fox, not the Fight and the Kid, but that sounded hilarious. One more time.
Fox and CNN ratings are suck cock. Final Kid gets more views.
Yeah, it's at this point, it's so.
Nobody watches that shit. Oh my god, I fucking love Matt Sarah, man. Oh, who did it better? Honestly, man, Brendan and that fucking. Someone used to tell him these pictures are fucking horrible. He used to stop all these pictures, man. These I'm a Mechanic Now pictures are fucking horrible. They're just as bad as him taking pictures of himself on the stage thinking he's a comedian. Just allow it, man. These pictures, like. It's the fact that he's concentrating so hard as well on the most like mundane task, you know? He's like super concentrated, super focused. And he's probably still fucking it up as well. Hilarious dude. Hilarious dude. Cool. So we've seen a bit of that, we've seen a bit of this. Oh, let's watch the podcast script video, by the way. Let's see what he had to say about let's see what podcast he had to say about Brendan on Jerry.
Which comedians was he shitting on when he said your friends aren't funny?
I don't know.
Not to make it awkward.
Listen, he
Why
said that.
Why would he do that?
What is drive? Is that your shirt? Drive fast, all gas. Bro, where's mine? Give me one of them.
I
Come
don't.
on,
You, can't,
dog.
you drove
I
me
like
a Tesla.
those.
I
I
don't
like
know.
those.
But
I like the way it looks. What does it say in the back? Anti-electric vehicle club. Oh, how dare you?
Well, no, you
That's
can drive
great.
it in your.
You
Super
drove
Snake.
here in an electric vehicle.
I didn't ask for that. I asked for your GT
Brendan Schaub's comeback tour has finally kicked off for 2025 with an appearance on the latest JRE Fight Companion for UFC 312. He was joined by registered sex offender Brian Callen and former UFC...
Jesus Christ, bro. Jesus Christ. Podcast crew's coming in heavy. Coming in heavy. I don't think Brian is a registered... Can you just say that? Is he actually a registered sex offender? Isn't he meant to be a lawyer? That's dicey, bro. He just came out as a registered sex offender. Yo.
UFC welterweight champion turned top 250 comedy assassin Matt Serra. Seriously, when the funniest guy in the room is a 5'6" bald dude on TRT with violence in his DNA, you know there's something going wrong. And I'm not talking about Rogan here either. But by far the funniest thing about Rogan's live streams is how Jamie has turned off the live chat. There's absolutely zero doubt in my mind that it's mostly to do with the fact that everywhere on the internet Brendan goes, he gets trolled in the comments. Even after the stream was finished and Jamie took it down to edit a few bits out before uploading it as a video, the comment section was going hard. Love how Brendan Schaub can be so wrong so often with confidence. Schaub's self-awareness is almost as good as his MMA career.
Yeah, big up Athanasis.
When Brendan walked into Rogan's podcast studio, he took a deep breath and said, "It's good to be home."
Yeah, 100%. 100%. As soon as he pulled up to the fucking complex or whatever, the warehouse, he probably had the biggest smile on his face, like his kids when they got to fucking Disneyland. He loved it. Whoever saw this is.
Always love listening to Brendan talk like an expert, then be wrong about everything. Brendan's podcast logic. 1. Agree with the person talking. 2. Repeat person talking. 3. Number 1. It's a good vibe with 3 comedians and Brendan Schaub. Schaub is so bad, and he's moving to Austin to be closer to Daddy Joe. Yep, that's right. Brendan confirmed in this episode that he is in fact moving to Austin. More on that later though, because seeing Rogan and his buddies getting so worked up over the comment section is some of the funniest shit you'll ever see. When it comes to interacting with their fans, nobody comes close to being as sensitive as these green room murderers. Remember last year when Brian Simpson just wanted to see what the internet thought about the controversial split decision between Gamrot and Dan Hooker at UFC 305, but got absolutely shut down by Rogan Hinchcliffe and Brendan Schaub.
Split decision.
Oh, y'all don't do live comments?
What? What do you...
Live comments. Look at Rogan. He got so rattled. Wow. Live comments. What? People. Humans. Different opinions. No way.
Schaub.
Split decision.
Oh, y'all don't do live comments?
What? What are you doing with this? Stop.
I'm on YouTube.
Let's be with
You don't want to do that,
the people
man.
in the room. Let's not connect with folks outside that have nothing to do with us. No.
You're watching.
Jesus Christ. Folks have nothing to do with us. The folks that pay your salary in the part, the folks that watch you so that you can become the biggest guy in the world, you know, they don't matter, right? Their opinions simply do not matter. God almighty, Rogan.
Watching us on YouTube
Yeah,
right
what are you doing?
I'm just keeping up with the zeitgeist.
What? Yeah, don't do that.
You don't want to do that.
Don't do that. Not while there's 3 other people in the room and we're also on YouTube. No.
Were you just watching you on YouTube right now?
Yeah, bro, this is ridiculous.
You want a mirror or something?
Look, guys, we all making too much of this. Put it to see who agreed with me.
You were about to be watching.
Wow, they were all trying to shame him for like reading comments and stuff. He's like, look, I'm not weird. Don't try and... You see how they're all trying to gang up on him to make Brian Simpson feel weird for trying to read comments? It's perfectly normal to read comments during a live stream, and they're trying to make you seem like he's a fucking psycho. Oh, the gaslighting is so real.
Watching
Don't.
you,
No,
watching you.
Don't, and don't ever let them know you're doing that either.
Well, y'all are more famous than me. That doesn't bother me.
It doesn't matter. It's like you're dealing with crazy people.
The crazy people that support you. I think a lot of Rogan's hesitancy to interact with people on social media or comments is because of that forum, innit? Do you guys remember the Joe Rogan forum? That was like early 4chan, innit? If you guys remember. The early Joe Rogan forum was like 4chan. That's why he shut it down. I think Rogan got freaked out by how freaky and wild his fans actually are. and he didn't want them to have like a place to talk all together that was like his, so he shut it down. And I think since then he hasn't been willing to open that Pandora's box again. But that's part of it, innit? You're gonna have some freaks in your fan base. Like, you're a freak yourself. What do you expect?
Yeah, you'll stay as famous as you are. You keep doing that.
Also, you're doing it while you just hang out.
Yeah, it takes you out of the moment. But,
Yeah.
What was your take on it? What did I miss?
I was right. You were wrong.
1, 2, and 3.
A split decision, though.
Yeah, I said split.
Yep.
I actually agree with Rogan about staying in the conversation. It is kind of weird to have your laptop out while you're on JRE on a live stream to read the live chat. He could have just asked Jamie to check what people were saying on Twitter or whatever. But the cope from Rogan and Tony calling their fans mentally ill and crazy is so fucking wild. These guys will sell anything and everything to their fans with a straight face.
Exactly.
But when it comes to the live chat and comment section, all of a sudden their fans are crazy people who shouldn't be heard under any circumstances.
That's why I say they're all the same though, like that. Buy my tickets, attend my shows, watch my podcast, use my fucking discount code, referral code. But the moment you like want to say something back, they fucking snap. You know? It's always just give me. They never give you jack shit apart from what free content, and even that is annoying. Yo, big up Masada Aziz.
The hesitancy comes from him being 5'3". He can be a big bad man around his comedy, but huggers and Gumby built friends. Any man over 5'10" with testosterone is Rogan's biggest fear.
Yeah. That's such a good point. That is such a good point. Bring up Masada Aziz.
And heaven forbid their fans know that they read any of their comments. Like Tony said, you're not going to get famous if you read the comments. It's all about dick riding Rogan to fame and fortune while ignoring the people who got you there. And speaking of dick riding Rogan, did you hear Brendan the Parrot Schaub agreeing with everything Rogan was saying as if he isn't the most hated man on the internet? I don't know if you guys have heard or not, but Brendan's back in charge of his socials. Bappa will take it from here, B. Like I was saying though, on the latest JRE Fight Companion, the funniest guy in the room was Matt Serra. And for the first time since it happened just over a year ago, finally someone brought up Cat Williams talking shit about Rogan, and he's never been funny buddies to his face. Honestly, when Matt blurted this out, I bricked up almost instantly. I've been waiting for someone to say this for so long, and Rogan's response was some of the biggest cope I've ever seen on an episode of JRE.
Which comedians was he shitting on when he said your friends aren't funny?
I don't know.
Not to make it awkward.
Listen,
Why
said
would he do that?
He said that because he thought for some crazy reason that I didn't want to have him on, like somehow or another, that he would be showing up people or something like because he's so good. Maybe he thought that because he's isolated. That's not. He doesn't know me that well. The first time I met him was in the studio.
Yeah.
I love Cat Williams. I've always been a fan. He's so wild, and I've actually taken advice from him. There's 2 pieces of advice that I took from an interview that he did once that I use to this day. One, he said I never eat before a show.
Always.
He said don't eat. He goes, I want to be hungry. Better off being hungry. My brain works better. And then 2, he said I have a music playlist that I make that just gets me in the mood to do a show. And so I'm like, that's a good idea. The Green Room playlist that we have on Spotify, that's all the songs.
But it's no
like
different what
35
athletes do.
hours.
It's smart. You guys should do it. That's what athletes do.
It was a
before
smart
games.
thing. I
You
was
have a
thinking, I was like,
playlist.
why don't I do that? Like, that makes sense. Like, you want to turn it into a little bit of a party.
Yes.
You get that music going, it feels good, like we do with the Green Room at the Mothership.
Yeah.
Get that music going, everybody's having fun.
So basically, Rogan's response was, I don't know, I love Cat Williams. Great guy, never met him. Bro asked him who Cat Williams was talking about when he said he's been pushing the same 6 never been funny comedians, and Rogan's answer was, I don't eat before shows anymore and I listen to music. He even dragged the sacred Green Room into the mix as well, and fuck me dead, out of the 10,000 hours of Brendan Schaub podcasting I've listened to, I've never heard such crisp silence from your boy. Bupper and Brian got real quiet for a minute there.
Yeah, that's a real good point. You didn't hear a fucking peep out of Brendan and Brian when Sarah made that point or when Rogan was talking. They didn't interrupt or say anything.
But for someone who insists on promoting the most dogshit comedians in America on his podcast, Rogan hates it when any of them get their flowers when he's in the room. See, Rogan's the John Wick of comedy assassins. He's the queen bee of the hive, the tallest, funniest comedian alive. So when Matt was passing on a compliment to Brian Callen, Rogan changed the subject real quick.
I want to give you a compliment. Longo, who doesn't give compliments? I don't know where the he saw you, but he said, I was fucking dying the whole time, dying.
That was a good show.
You killed him.
Yeah.
Good
I
for
loved
you.
it.
Hey,
that
this guy,
was a stress factory. In
Jake
Jersey.
Matthews, I'm very high on this kid.
Yeah, I like him too.
Very, very high on this kid.
Oh, are we
He's
starting
elite.
now? Is
Yeah.
this the main card?
Rogan and Callen have been friends since the 90s, but man, Rogan likes to shut him down. Imagine if that were Shane Gillis. He'd be giggling and smiling like a high school cheerleader crushing over the quarterback. And I've heard people say this so many times. Schaub and Callen must have something over Rogan to keep getting invited back on for the fight companions. I mean, Brian even had his own appearance on JRE a couple of weeks ago to promote his comedy mothership appearance and the recording of his latest comedy special. So they must have a compromising video or 300 pages of evidence or something to keep getting the royal treatment from Rogan. And just in case you didn't know, Brendan Schaub is the most frequent guest in JRE history. Brian Callen's also in the top 5 most frequent guests, yet in almost every single fight companion, they're the weakest link, and Rogan lets them know it too.
I remember Matt Serra when he...
Maybe that's why he brings them along, though. Maybe he brings them on because they're his friends and he knows he can sun them a little bit easier than other people. Because with Save Our Parks, you know, Ari, Mark, and Shane Gillis, they run that show, innit, really? Joe doesn't really run it. And I think he likes that, but I think he also likes to be in control. So having these guys on during the fight companion is easier because he knows how to wrangle them, you know. And he's no fucking Callen for 3 decades. He's no Rogan. He's no Brendan for ages. So that's probably why he gets them on, because their inability to quote unquote stand up to him.
He fought Matt Hughes.
And,
I thought Matt Serra dropped him.
And I did drop him. Let's talk about that.
Let's do it.
Only 'cause
Can we talk about that?
I wanted. Every time I hear him say it, it's like,
truck?
oh, it was a headbutt. My head hit him. My head connected. He
Bro,
was still
look at your
standing.
head. Look at that head.
It's
That
a fuck.
head-
Oh,
that
it's
head-
that
that
head
head
of
can
a
take a
rock.
building.
My hand. What'd you say? I didn't hear.
I said that head hit Tower 7.
Oh no, this thing could go through a wall and chuck it.
That's how that thing collapsed.
When my head touched his chin, my hand went.
Yes. It was both.
And that's
it was
what
certainly
dropped
both.
him.
But it was
Yeah.
definitely your head
So-
hit him first.
Yeah, but I feel it did not drop.
100% crack. Look, Matt, you always had crazy power.
He went through a lot.
He did go
But,
through a lot.
how about
He's coming
Frank-
back. He looks really good.
Who's coming back?
Matt
Yeah.
Serra. No, I
Is he
don't
in the
mean fighting.
GFL?
I don't mean fighting.
Is he in the-
fighting. No.
the GFL just
I mean
signed him?
coming back from his
Come
injury.
on, man.
Matt Hughes got hit by a train.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
and so
Now,
his
was that on
recovery.
purpose?
No. His car stalled out or something. I don't know what happened.
I don't know, but it's depressing.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, either way, it sucks.
What are you
Yeah.
talking? What the f? You introduced into the conversation. Jesus
A man can ask
Christ.
questions.
can ask a few. I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
It's a train track like it's
Even
Looney
if
Tunes.
it
I
was,
don't know.
Maybe he had
Somehow
some
he got hit by a
information on
train.
NASA.
There's a massive opportunity for Rogan to have some awesome guests on his fight
Oh, what's that? Is that him grappling with Matt Serra, I'm assuming, right? Hilarious.
companions like ex-fighters or even former MMA referees. Instead, we get 2 fucking degenerates who can't seem to capitalize on the Rogan bump. It's
That's actually a good point, isn't it? That's actually a really good point. The fight companion could be way better with like actual fighters on it or people involved in coaching or refs in your way. So that's actually a really good point. But I think he likes having them on because he can control them, and it's all about him more so than them, you know, which is weird. But hey, yeah.
It's insane how shit their podcast numbers are, especially Brendan's solo Schaub show, where he speaks into a microphone all alone in a studio, looking into a camera with nobody on the other side. And speaking of, let's get to Brendan being an absolute fucking dumbass. And let me just say up front, I get it. Brendan cops a lot of shit. Some people think it's bullying. For me, I see it as a public service. In fact, even the first judge in his lol suit who ruled against him in the lower court described videos shitting on Brendan Schaub as being heavily in the public interest. Thank him be. But the thing that people seem to forget is that your boy does it to himself. He tries to attack or go hard on someone, but it always ends up backfiring on him. I mean, on what planet did Bupper think it would be a good idea to call someone out for being a poser? Bro lives in the glassiest of houses.
Prado's busted up on his right eyebrow.
Yeah.
Joe, you know, it was one of my favorite moments where you guys f***ed up when you had Zuckerberg on, and he goes, "I hunt."
Oh no!
I went like this. Yes.
What does he hunt?
He just. I went yes. He goes, and then my favorite goes, "I bow hunt." I went, "Thank you, God."
I love
because I saw Joe
I
go.
love the news.
this anti-Zuckerberg thing that Brendan has is so. Oh yeah. Like you can tell he spends a lot of time on Facebook, innit? Like it's anti-fucking. Honestly, it's just boring, bro. God, and I wonder if a lot of it's just due to like Zucks being in cahoots with the UFC and Dana and getting into UFC like MMA or jiu-jitsu late in life, which is odd because didn't he get into jiu-jitsu late in life too? I don't know. He's such a weirdo.
I saw Joe go. Do you?
No,
what
I
kind of
think-
bow do you use?
I think he did.
I
He
think
just
he's-
forgot his bow. I would never forget my bow, but I'm a fanatic. Like
He's new.
I
He's
shoot
new at it.
archery every day.
Yeah, because you shoot bows and arrows.
Yeah, he does. This video of
He
him doing
has.
it. No. He definitely
That's
has.
like saying I
and
played laser tag.
He definitely
I
bow
love
hunts
laser
pigs.
tag. Me
He
too.
lives on an island. He has an island in Kauai that's
Sure.
infested with wild pigs. He does hunt them. I've seen videos of him doing it.
I've seen him.
It's just
Zuckerberg-
someone gives him a bow. He doesn't look at it. He doesn't care.
Rogan was real quick to defend his billionaire oligarch. I'll come back to shitting on Brendan in just a moment, but he was right. When Zuck 2.0 tried to bring up his bow hunting exploits with Rogan, it ended up falling flat on its face, which honestly, I'm here for. These are the JRE moments I enjoy the most, when the rich and famous elite corporate overlords come onto JRE to reinvent their image, but mess it up completely.
If you do wind up eating that meat from the animal and you were there while the animal died, like you put it all together, like, oh, this is where meat comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is another reason why things have become sort of emasculated, because that energy is not necessary anymore to acquire meat. Actually pull the trigger, kill the animal yourself, cut it up, butcher it, cook it. You knew what you were doing.
Yeah.
And
Although
then-
my favorite is bow and arrow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's, I think, like the most, that feels like the most kind of sporting version of it.
Yeah, if you want to put it that way. Yeah. I mean, if you're just trying to get meat, it's not the most effective. The most
No.
effective is certainly a rifle.
Yeah, no, I mostly use a rifle just because it's so much more efficient. Your conversion rate is so much higher. But it's, but yeah, another.
What kind of bow do you have?
Gosh, I didn't get to do it this season, but
That is kind of funny. I didn't see this clip. I didn't get to do it this season, you know. Suckering succotash. Oh, jeepers. God. Fucking no, Zucks. Come on, man. Brendan was right then. I take it back. Brendan was right. This actually was fucking hilarious. It's actually a great moment. If you hate Zucks, you probably were cheering when you heard this.
Do you know the company that makes it?
not off the top of my head. I have a few.
You have to know. You
Yeah,
have to
no,
know
this
all
is
that stuff.
embarrassing. This is embarrassing.
I can get you hooked up.
Yeah, I think it's like just a compound bow that I got strung to my draw length. And
Did you get someone to coach you?
Yeah.
Who coached you?
It's basically a bunch of the guys who help run security around.
It gets worse. Who coached you? A bunch of guys. Who? Coaches? You mean like a person or like the transportation vehicle? Oh, the type of vehicle. Oh my god, Zuckerberg just lying from Oh god. Fucking hell, Zucks, man. Oh. He went back on that show and his mission was be Joe Rogan's friend, you know? When he went back on that show after changing his mind on fucking, moderation and shit, that was his #1 goal. Be Rogan's friend. Mention hunting, meat, jiu-jitsu, masculinity, cancel culture. Like, he tried everything, innit? Oh, yeah.
around the ranch.
Okay.
Bro was planning that moment for months, only to come on and completely bomb. Someone definitely got fired over that one. But now that Dana White's on the board of Meta, Joe's got to bend over and let Zuck have his way with him, to support the cause. However, we can't let Brendan off the hook here because later on in the podcast, he would also become a bomb expert when he tried to flex his hatred of electric vehicles on Rogan, completely forgetting that Rogan had just taken delivery of a custom Tesla.
Fucking hell, look at the size of those shorts.
Completely forgetting that.
Look at the size of those shorts. Fucking hell, Rogan. It's like he's wearing fucking underwear.
Rogan had just taken delivery of a
Look at them. He's so small, isn't it? Look at him.
Custom Tesla Model S. And just like Zuck, Brendan had been waiting for this moment for months. Finally, Rogan acknowledged his shitty little YouTube channel that hasn't broken 10k subscribers called Drive Fast All Gas. Well, it actually started out as Toontown, but Brendan allegedly received a cease and assist from Disney, so he changed the name to Drive Fast All Gas.
Cease and assist. That's such good chauvinism. Cease and assist.
Which makes more sense when you read it as an acronym.
What is drive? Is that your shirt? Drive fast, all gas, bro. Where's mine? Give me one. You drove me a Tesla. I like those. But I like the way it looks. What does it say in the back? Anti-electric vehicle club. Oh, how dare you!
Your electric vehicle is something else, though. I'm a little jealous, and I'm not in the car.
But like I was telling you at dinner, my thing was I was so angry at Newsom trying to ban combustion engines.
Yeah.
I fucking had so much anger, but now I'm moving to Austin. It's kind of leaving.
Good. Tesla's got a factory here.
I know, and there's
Get yourself
American
one.
as it gets.
I'm getting one.
Get yourself a Cybertruck and put the Fighter and the Kid logo all over it. Just drive around town like a
We
pariah.
need a revamp. Let's go, baby.
Callan drive that.
There you go. Confirmation from the man himself that
Yuck.
he's moving to Austin. Say less. Our predictions from my post last week are starting to come true. One by one, all of the above will happen. But like Brian was just saying there, Rogan recently took delivery of his custom-tuned Tesla Model S from Unplugged Performance, and in another gift from the internet gods, they decided to make a little video of them delivering the car to Rogan's house, but they were so focused on Rogan that they forgot to show us the car. I feel like I'm watching a guy trying to sell a car and the buyer isn't completely sold. Why is cameraman more focused on Joe's legs than the car? The cameraman is definitely getting replaced after all them comments. Terrible cameraman. Next time, give us a clear 360 of the car, please. I felt it was needed in the video and we never got it. The build and the whole reveal has been a mess. Show off the damn car and all the parts and hire a proper social media manager for fuck's sake. Joe's legs are made out of carbon fiber. And so after getting roasted for fangirling over Rogan's legs, they ended up posting a comment addressing all the backlash. We appreciate the constructive criticism on wanting more footage of the car and a 360 view. The last thing we want to do is not showcase Joe's epic custom build as fully as possible. We have more footage and
I wonder if he got that seat raised as well. You know how Rogan always has all his cars, the seat slightly raised because he's so short and shit. He has them all custom built that way, which is weird because I imagine when he sells these cars, they'll be weirdly, that'll be a thing people will always notice. Like all of these cars have a seat that's like, a couple of centimeters up than most seats. I wonder if he got that done on that car too.
and will release another edit that shows the car more clearly as a response to the comment requests. We'll also aim to improve 360 capture of our vehicles in future videos. For this particular video, we shot with Joe in one take quite rapidly, so as a result the content capture with Joe was raw and imperfect, yet still greatly enjoyable to us. We hope to our viewers too. Okay, seriously, who the fuck wrote that? That sounds like something out of a Drive Fast All Gas video. And why is Bupper promoting his car brand when the last time he posted was over 4 months ago? What are we doing here, B? But in all honesty, I'm so ready for Brendan's Austin, Texas arc. If you thought Tony Hinchcliffe's boots were cringe, wait until you see Bupper when he settles into his new digs up the road from Papa Rogan. He's going to become a gun expert, buy a...
Fuck, he's tiny, isn't it? Honestly, is so tiny. He's so small. Holy shit. he must look so gnarly in real life, innit? Because he comes across so much bigger on camera and on screen, but in person he must be pint size, isn't it? Like, look at him. You could put him on a keyring.
Cybertruck and try to pierce it with a bow and arrow, him and Chin will start posting barbecue videos. Oh man, it's going to be a peach's delight. Just don't ask Bubba to point out where Texas is on a map.
If you're the first find the main card,
the guy that doesn't want to appear too, the guy doesn't want to appear taller than Rogan, so he's standing with his legs split.
Just don't ask Bubba to point.
He doesn't want to make Rogan feel uncomfortable or whatever, so he stands next to him with his legs super split. That's hilarious. Look at
it. Out where Texas is on a map.
if you're the first find the main card, you're there to finish.
Well, also, he's trying to make a name for himself, and he's in Australia, home country, the whole deal.
Prado's in this.
That's where
fight,
he's from, right? You have to have your hometown boys when you have a fight on a card in the motherland.
That's why poor Strickland going back there.
Yeah,
back
but
with the
Trickus is
judges.
from South Africa.
Ah,
it's like
same
it's kind of
area.
neutral ground. The same area. That's
Same area.
hilarious.
It's
Same
similar,
area.
similar.
Oh, yeah, it's
Just
pretty
different
close.
continent, but you know what I mean.
Totally close.
I just closer than f***ing Vegas where Strickland is.
Yeah, not much.
Brendan really has absolutely no geographical awareness of the world around him.
Now I believe they're on opposite sides of the globe.
They are. One. It's like this, right?
Yeah.
It's like this.
Yeah.
Santa lives
Yes.
here.
Ant
Yes.
and ant.
Polar bears live here.
Yeah.
Santa doesn't get eaten by polar bears, so he's up here. That's how you remember it.
Yep.
Polar bears are down here.
Yep.
Then why do they show polar bears at the North Pole?
Because polar
They also
bears
show 'em
are
drinking
because
Coca-Cola.
polar bears are
They
in
love
the,
that.
because polar bears are in the Arctic.
Yes, Arctic.
And the Arctic would
And they
be
look
the
similar.
North Pole, and Antarctica is the South Pole. Make sure I'm right about that.
I think we all learned something here today.
Where's
Sure, I'm right.
Where's the North Pole?
The North Pole is the Arctic, and the Antarctic, and the South Pole is Antarctica.
The Arctic is center
Is
of
the
the
North
North Pole.
Okay.
So the Arctic has the North
and the
Pole where
Antarctica
Santa
is the
lives.
South Pole, as I said.
So Santa.
important to know that.
Santa lives in the Arctic.
Why is it important?
The amount of
Why is it
knowledge
important to
Brian
know?
has.
Let me ask you this.
Why is it important to know where
wait.
Australia
This-
is?
no, this specific
Why is it
thing.
important to know where Africa is? It's the same thing.
How long was it on?
2 seasons. Yeah, on NBC.
You enjoy doing it?
Yeah, it was fun. Season 1 we went to Asia forever, and then season 2 we went to Europe, Africa, and
Damn, you went to Africa?
well, just for one location.
Damn it! What was I gonna say?
We were in Morocco.
Jesus Christ, dude.
People say Africa like it's a country. I do it too all the time.
Africa is a country.
That's a big continent.
It's continent, though. Yeah.
So like
whole
Egyptians
continent.
are technically African,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
Moroccans
Yeah,
are.
for
Everybody's claiming Africa, but
So
it's
you
a
see,
whole
Africa could be
continent.
so
but-
many different places.
Yeah, but it's like
It's
I'm
like-
American, but
I
I'm
know.
from
No,
f***ing Denver.
I know.
Hey,
I know.
guys.
No, that's different.
No, but it's not a continent. The whole continent is North America, though.
You know, I
Jesus Christ. It's like I'm American, but I'm from Denver. What? You mean a city is comparable to a country? Okay. God almighty, man. I need some of that confidence in my life.
I've often said that Brendan needs to get as far away from a camera and microphone as possible, but to be honest, at this point, I think it's the safest place for him. Imagine if he had a real job that people relied upon to live their lives. At least this way we can check in on him and make sure he's still safe and not hurting anyone, you know? It's like those parents that would rather their teenage kids drink at home rather than going out and getting drunk and getting up to no good. Better do it at the house where it's safe. But like I've been saying, I am so ready to embark on this journey with Brendan from LA to Austin, even though he probably has no idea how far apart they are or where.
Same here. Same fucking here. I can't wait for the Austin arc. I can't wait. It's going to be so much stuff available. Whether or not he gets back into stand-up comedy, whether or not the addies and baddies situation hots up, because, you know, I assume there's some baddies that live in fucking Austin. I assume there's some girlies, there's some womens that live in Austin. So maybe Papa will get, you know, Papa's head will get turned. You never know. Maybe there'll be a new Sadaz. You never know. It's just gonna be curious to see it all play out. Comedy mothership, Rogan thing, other comedians out there, because for sure they're gonna react. You're gonna see other pods that are based in Austin start reacting to Brenda's move there. It's gonna be epic. It's gonna be fucking epic to watch it play out all in real time. And yeah, even if he doesn't get back to stand up and he just focuses on the podcast, I think it's still going to be good. It's going to be probably the breath of fresh air and another kick up in the ass, whatever. It's going to be the jolt that this little Bappaverse needs, because at the moment it's been a bit boring. It's been a bit boring with him not doing comedy and shit. And the pod is dying death by 1,000 cuts and shit very slowly. So we need something. So I think this will be a very welcome little change from the usual shit from these guys. So I'm really fucking looking forward to it. I cannot lie, I'm super looking forward to it. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it there, my friends. I'm gonna leave it there. There should be a TFATK tomorrow. So what I'll do is that I'll probably watch that and pull some clips, and then we'll react to that tomorrow. So do not watch it before I do, or wait until I watch it and then we can watch it together on the random show if you want. But yeah, I won't subject you to watching it the whole way, so I'll watch it myself, see if there's any funny clips or anything we can talk about, and then we will do that together as one big dysfunctional family. So that's what we'll be doing tomorrow, and I think that's it for the most part. Maybe I'll also check out Shorb Show too and see if there's anything I can pull from that. That was filmed earlier today, I think. So yeah, so keep an eye out. And there should be a Taz tomorrow as well. I'll probably do a Taz before I do the random show, so keep an eye out for that also. And that's basically about it for now. But yeah, pleasure to have you guys again. I'm happy to be back. It's been amazing. Sorry. Fuck my throat. Happy to be back. Really, really happy to be back. It's been fucking a blast. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it's always good to go away sometimes, but I fucking hate flying. I'm not gonna lie. If I could get a train everywhere, I fucking love it way more. Flying is fucking exhausting. I remember there was a time in my life where I was fucking envious of people who had jobs that allowed them to fly everywhere. But the moment you start having your own or making money and you become an adult and you can go where you want, you quickly realize that flying isn't really always cracked up to be. It really isn't, man. People that actually fly for a living and enjoy it, congrats to you. I don't know how people do it, man. It's fucking exhausting. And it's not even, it's just everything around it. The journey there, on the plane. Oh, fucking awful. I hate it. But there's nothing better than streaming. Nothing better than chatting to you mofos, laughing, giggling, hee-heeing and shit. So yeah. I would swap any number of hours of flying just to sit here and watch clips and chill. Honestly, I fucking hate it. But hey, here we are. For those of you watching, please make sure you like the stream. Please like the stream. Subscribe if you can down below. What else? Join the Discord too. Good little Discord community we got going on. People are there, always chatting, always exchanging ha-ha-hee-hees. Be a part of the community, and enjoy each other's company and all that good stuff, because that's what it's all about. And yeah, I'll see you guys again tomorrow for another episode of the Random Show. I think before the Random Show, like I said before, there'll be a Taz, so keep an eye out for that if you like that sort of stuff. I'll see you, the rest of you guys, tomorrow for sure. And we'll be reacting to the latest episode of Fire and the Kingdom, should be recorded later on today. But for now, my friends, appreciate all of you. Thank you for hanging out. Like the stream down below. Subscribe to the stream as well if you can on the channel. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so I can monetize the thing. And yeah, man, see you guys later. Thank you for chilling. Appreciate you all. Peace.